There you go. We're back, everyone.
Hello.
Hello. How are you? How you doing?
Hello.
You're good. You're good.
You
And I don't
look
know-
gorgeous today.
I don't know why I sound like this.
You
Anyway,
actually do look gorgeous today.
Thank
Got your
you.
makeup all nice.
It's literally just the eyes, and I really shouldn't have done it. It's like smeary because of all
That's
this
the only
heat.
thing I notice.
It's literally 30 degrees outside. It's ridiculous. Anyway.
Oh yeah, it's hot in England.
Yes.
It's also hot right now.
Hi everyone. On that note, we are Esthara Chronicles, and this is our D&D campaign, All Is Well in Laudenborough. I believe this is our episode 12 or 13. I can't keep track. I'm sorry.
12, yes.
My life has been extremely busy. As you might have noticed, there's a ton of boxes in the back. I'm moving house, so it's... Yes.
I see that now, yeah.
I'll just end it with a sigh, and you all will understand what I mean. Okay? Alright. Okay, no, I think we're good. Quick recap about what happened. There was no session yesterday. You didn't miss anything. I was gonna, not yesterday, but the week before. I was gonna do a private session with Baax, but then, work and real life bullshit. So I ended up not being able to do so. However, today we are going to start with that part. I'm just going to, 1 second. Sorry, I know there's a lot of clicking in the background. Apologies.
Click, clack, clickety, clack.
Click, clack, clack.
My
Okay.
God, ASMR this early. Damn.
Right. So I'm gonna give a quick recap as to what happened last time.
Yes,
Alrighty.
recap us, please.
Okay, so
it's not looking too good for us right now.
Previous episode, I believe, was called Mummy, for a good reason. You guys have found out a nefarious plot by the hags to do some sort of evil during the festival of consecration that is happening in the morning. So in the middle of the night, you headed over to the forest to confront the second hag with the help of Trial. You ended up finding her, and Trial was a traitor.
Trial is a fucking monster wearing
Indeed.
Trial's skin.
Indeed. And you guys had a fight, which you didn't... I mean, there was a chance of winning it, but the gods said no.
The gods really said no to us.
The dice gods literally took one look at you and said, nah, you die today. So it was looking pretty bleak for everyone. Everyone was unconscious, not dying, stabilized, but definitely unconscious. Except Baax. Baax was legitimately dying. In the mud, in the rain, with the hag just standing over him watching.
As he should have.
Yeah.
Until he rolled a natural 20 on a religion check. And then another natural 20 on his last death saving throw. So, boy has saved his ass. And due to that, his shadow daddy managed to teleport him into some sort of a realm. He basically disappeared from underneath the hag's claws.
Daddy's basement.
Puts me back into Daddy's basement. Oh boy.
Yeah.
I'm ready for that.
Daddy took you down to the basement where he turns the lights off.
Indeed.
You're gonna learn today, boy.
Okay, by the way, can one of you please check out the sound on the actual Twitch? I think I'm a bit lower than you guys.
Hang on. Okay.
While I'm recapping, just please do so, because I didn't have time to do sound check. Apologies. Today's a bit of a mess. Anyway, you guys, Baax disappears off somewhere, and you guys are left unconscious, and you wake up in the hut of a hag, chained to a big cage. And in that cage, you have, your arms and your feet are bound. The cage is welded shut, and the hag is cooking some sort of soup. While you guys were attempting to escape, you managed to, Sildanna managed to sort of wiggle her hands out. But then Trial comes back, and he manages to see you guys are free. The hag seems unconcerned.
We learned that hag is just not giving a shit. She does not care if we break
the
out of our
hag.
restraints.
The hag doesn't care, because you guys have been welded shut into this like steel cage.
But it's not sealed to the floor.
It's not. The cage itself is a complete sort of metal bit, but it's not sealed to the floor. So, but it is welded shut, and there's no way you can pass through the bars. As you guys have been conversing or listening to the conversation between Trial and the hag, Trial came up to you guys and attempted to pry into Ferverand's mind, but was unable to do so. Next, he pried into Sildanna's quite easily, and you guys realized that actually Trial is a doppelganger. He is now reading your mind.
I can't believe Sildanna just spreads her mind legs like that. Like, come on, man.
Hey, come on, fuck you. Fuck you, man.
Anyway,
Come on and penetrate my
he's-
mind, please.
Did somebody check the sound?
Oh, hello, Femi. Thank you for the follow.
It looked like you were sounding fine.
Okay,
Like, I
is it
didn't
the
see
same volume as
anything
you guys, or am I less than you guys?
Well, nobody was talking while you were saying.
The point was, I wanted us to be even. Femi, can you tell us if our volumes are even before we continue so that I can adjust them, please? Thank you. There we go. Anyway, back to the recap. Basically, Charles has found, or something wearing Charles has found out that
Something wearing trial.
yes.
Oh my.
Charles has basically we stopped with you guys there. Meanwhile,
Meanwhile.
our guy,
Backsy boy.
our Baax man, he was in the realm with his what is it? With his Shadow Daddy. Shadow Daddy, indeed. And
In the basement.
in that realm, he has had a conversation with his god and realized his god is losing his power slowly, or this particular rescue took a lot out of him. And so he managed to talk to him, discover that his god saved his ass, and has been last seen kneeling in front of a sitting god on a chair, being gently caressed, first time in your life physically in this realm. And as he touched your face, an excruciating pain went through your head and you lost consciousness.
I just want like the song. Then I jizzed in my pants, just playing.
Oh. The pressure is too much. That's what happens, man.
We're 10 minutes in.
Oh.
Why do you think I lost those 2 rolls, man?
You kind of just looked at it and went like, oh, when Daddy stroked my cheek, I just couldn't help but.
We're 10
explode.
minutes in, y'all. 10 minutes in.
Listen.
Hey, last time it was only 5 minutes in. We gave you double time.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Okay, it's
Take
getting better.
what you can get.
It's getting better. Okay, I'm gonna quickly ask you a question. So, you have just experienced an excruciating pain in your head. You could not potentially contain all this stuff in your mind. And, you went unconscious. You wake up, and, your head is still very mushy, and you wake up in darkness. 1 second. Yes, you wake up in the darkness. Hold on.
Imprisoning me.
Ah, indeed.
Damn.
All that I see.
Darkness that my
Absolute
true eyes
sorrow.
can't see through. My god.
Oh yeah, you got your Naruto eyes.
That's your fucking Byakugans.
Yeah. Your Beyblade eyes.
Oh my god. Please. No.
Let it rip.
Oh, I'm trying to find the OST for this, but I can't. See.
Death by.
My eyes are just staring deeply.
Death by Snow. So yeah, you open up your.
I mean, alright. This is not what I was
At
thinking.
at least Shadow
won't say
Daddy's
no.
willing to oblige.
Mhm.
Everything the shadows grasp is me.
Oh.
Now I'm going to grasp you.
Oh.
Bad touch, bad touch.
Shadow
Daddy,
Daddy, no,
no.
please.
Took my eyes. And now he's gonna take. No, no.
The light won't save you now, boy. Your ass is
Um,
mine.
You were
I can't
confident
seem
in the
to
dark
find it.
before, but
Anyway,
no more.
you wake up and you are. I couldn't find the soundtrack. I had it lined up, but it just got gone. Anyway, whatever.
That's okay.
You wake up in somewhere dark and cool. It's not wet anymore. It's not muddy. You sort of open your eyes to the blinding headache, and as you try to sit up, you touch your face, and you accidentally like scratch a little bit. You look down, and your arms. You're muted, by the way. Your arms, your fingers have claws, and I believe you have gained a feat, haven't you?
Ooh.
Oh, whoa.
Indeed.
I have, yes.
Has it changed on what is it on? You still wake
That's
up
some
with
dragon claws.
1 health point. Yeah, I don't think it has changed on Forge. So please update your character on Forge. Basically, just reinsert.
Import.
Yeah, re-import. And also make sure you'll have 1 hit point and all of your spell slots are gone. Actually, no. Your 2 spell slots are back, but you still have 1 hit point.
Oh, so it gets a little bit of like a little short rest.
Actually, no. Let me think about this.
Okay.
Nah, time-wise, yeah, you're fine. You wake up and you're fully healed. You're fine. You're good. Just update it. You're fully healed, and I believe you have also leveled up. Yes.
Yes.
Did you roll for your health or no?
I did not.
Please
I
do
just
a
said
public
default.
roll for your health upgrade, because I decided to do rolls. If you roll a 1, you get to re-roll, but if you roll a 2, you take the 2.
Oh, you're doing it that way.
Yep.
Is it re-rolling every one or just the first one?
Everyone.
Oh.
Ones just don't work. So, you had 18 health points to start with when you were level 3. Give me a public roll. On Forge. I will tell you guys what it is. Just give me a d20.
I mean, I also got more constitution, so it's a little bit weird, but, yes, hold on. It is a...
What is it?
1d8.
D8
alright?
for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's get a shit roll. Let's go. Oh.
7.
Works for me, then.
So, increase your health accordingly. You
7.
also have that extra feat that we discussed, that I put onto your character sheet, if you remember.
Yeah, I've changed.
Okay,
everything
good.
already.
I'm not gonna micromanage your character. You know what your character is. So I mean,
Should have at this point.
yes, I believe. Let me just double check. So as you wake up, you notice like your arms are being really weird, and as you like reach to touch your forehead, it's like there's an extra something on your hands, and then it's like, what is it? Then you look down and you see claws. Usually, like, you know, Dragonborn don't really have claws. They have very human, anthropomorphic sort of like fingers. The only remnant of your what's it called? The only remnant of your dragon heritage is your, you know, skin coloring and the breath and whatever, but the claws aren't there. And so as you look down, you notice that you have these claws that you haven't had before. And you do feel like your skin is a little bit more resilient.
Whoa, dude!
Whoa, dude, that's
just
fucking crazy.
You just looking like you're so fucking high, just like, oh my god.
Yeah, and then as you focus really hard, you notice the claws start going back in, so they're retractable.
Oh my god, he's Wolverine.
I just did like,
Does
oh
it,
my
does,
god, what the fuck?
does it come out
Fingers
like
got
if he's like
teeth, dude? I
Yeah.
wonder if my hands are hungry right now.
Yeah, as
what's your nightly rituals gonna be like now?
I became fucking frat boy apparently. Anyway,
No.
go on.
Wait, hold on. Why did you only add 7 to your health? Isn't it 7 plus your con modifier?
Yeah.
So it should be 8. You were 18. You've added actually just 4 health. So you're supposed to be 20.
I mean, I have not made it yet.
Yeah, you're supposed
You
to
see,
be.
Mats has this condition called fucking stupid.
Yes, you were-
It's
So you were
quite
18.
a terrible condition.
Your health was 18.
Hereditary.
You're plus
Well, it was
7.
17.
Oh, okay. I think it was 18. It was 18. Then you added plus 7, and that will be 15, and 25, and plus 1, it'll be 26. Your health now 26. So please increase it accordingly, because, you know, it's important. Anyway, yeah, I'm just double checking your character sheet. But anyway, you wake up in this strange... It's 27 now. It needs to be 26, man.
Yeah, I changed it again. Jesus Christ.
Okay. As you, it's just like, it's now 28, bitch. Why is it?
Listen, Natalie.
Bro,
dealing
it is
with
28
like dealing
online.
with a toddler.
You didn't have plus 10. Go back to 20. You have 26 health, man.
No.
Natalie, it's
Yes.
like dealing with a toddler. You gotta use simple words.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna override this, because you have 26, because you didn't have the plus 1 to Constitution in your previous level, so you don't get the bonus of plus 1 to it.
From now on, maybe we should just do this before sessions.
No, this is thrilling session development. Everybody here loves watching you two argue over health.
Excuse me. Are you
Bro,
question-
she didn't tell me before this that I had to roll for the health either way, so
Are
I was
you
like, oh, I could have
questioning-
just done this earlier.
Are you questioning the DM? Are you
Are
questioning
you-
the DM right now? Is that what
you
you're
I'm
doing?
not questioning the DM, only your
Third.
methods.
Third
You wanna-
reverse inspiration, Matt.
Reverse inspiration.
Like, it
Let's
fucking matters anymore. Like, sure, give me a fucking disadvantage, I don't care anymore.
Anyway.
Wow.
Do it. I dare you.
Ooh. There's a bit of a lag. I don't know whose mic was that. Anyway, Baax, as you wake up, you look at you play around with your claws a bit, and then you look around you, and you are in a dry, slightly cool, dark space with, like, very smooth stone walls? Who is this?
go. Hang on, let me check.
Someone's mic is acting up. Is it Mads?
It's Mads.
Mads, your mic is acting up.
Yeah, probably. Sure, mom.
It's doing the... Anyway.
Oh yeah, that's the ventilator. I can.
Oh,
That's
okay,
gonna
okay.
have to be dealing with. I'm sorry.
No, that's fine.
Otherwise.
That's fine. It's just you know, I was just making sure that you know. It's
We
not-
want you to die in your room, Mads.
You've already made me close my window. I'm sorry. You're making me feel that.
Listen,
one.
I'm also extremely hot, but it's fine. Whatever, never mind. You basically wake up in this sort of closed area with stone walls, and it's pretty cool. It's very different from the rainy mud that you were in a few seconds ago, to your mind. Your head is still really painful, but you're currently in a quiet, dry space.
Right. Well, I kind of like sit up a little bit, and I look around to see the stone walls. I assume. But is there like a direction I can see that'll? Am I like in a corridor or what's?
So there isn't any light, but you have dark vision, I assume. So as
I
you
have perfect dark vision.
yeah, as you look around, you actually don't have true vision. I've checked. You don't have true vision. You just have
No,
perfect
no,
dark
but
vision.
perfect dark vision.
Yeah, as you look around, you notice you are in a corridor, with a familiar sort of you can't distinguish colors, but the stone looks very well made, and the floor has got like it's all you think marble, but you're not sure. It is pretty quiet where you are, and you don't see any lights, but you in the very very distance to your left, you see like the corridor that you're in turns to the left, but this is like a very dark corridor.
Yeah. Well, I will just follow the corridor really and just be a little bit silent.
Okay.
I'm
As
not
you
sure where I am.
so you get up, and as you start following the corridor, you walk around, and this place seems familiar, but you've never been here before. Your footsteps reverberate in the echoing empty hall, and as you turn to your left, you notice that the corridor carries on, and then there is a small light coming down from the stairs. So there's a way upstairs.
Okay. Well, I'll just keep going. Slowly, securely, but basically, yeah.
Are you
I'm
stealthing?
just
Are you
slowly.
stealthing? Do you want to roll me stealth, please?
No, I'm not going like specifically like I'm going stealth. Just I'm moving calmly through it.
Okay. As you're moving
Going dark.
As you're moving calmly through it, you sort of slowly come up to the stairs, and you notice that there's a flickering light from a wall sconce. Two of them, in fact, that are lighting up the stairs that go up to a closed door.
I head up the stairs.
As you head up the stairs, you come up to the closed door.
Before I even
made of nice
interact
wood.
with the door, I'll quickly just activate my eyes, see if it's any like door is enchanted or anything, or if it's just a normal door.
As you open up your eyes, you see absolutely nothing ping you.
Okay, and not through the door either. Not on the opposite side either. Okay.
Seems to be
In that
just-
case, I will just close them off, and I'll knock on the door.
Open the door. Okay. As you open the
No.
door. Huh?
Knock.
Oh, you knock. Okay, so as you knock on the door, you hear the dum dum dum. And there's a reverberating silence.
Excuse me. And then I open the door a little bit.
As you open the door, it's a
You
little
walk
bit
in on your
stiff.
pants again.
As you try to open the door, you sort of push it at first, and you don't expect it to be this stiff. It seems to be a bit jammed. The door didn't seem that old when you came up to it, but now that you're trying to move it, seems like the lock has been rusty. If you want to keep trying to open it, you
Does it have a keyhole?
Yes, it does have a keyhole.
I look through it.
You crouch down to look through a keyhole, and you see it's covered with spider webs.
Can I? Retractable claws.
Like over or inside?
Inside and out.
Fucking
And you now
perv.
notice
Hey.
that you weren't paying attention to it, but the handle and the wall had like a big spider web on them, but you just like opened it up and it broke it up.
You put your fucking claw in the keyhole, the door moans.
Swirl it around a little bit in there. Turtle sound, turtle moans coming out of the door, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't go through this door.
So
I'll
you
go through the window.
take up your pinky, extend your claw. It's not that big. It's literally like your claws are about this big. It's like cat claws. And you
Yeah, it's not that
put
big.
your pinky
Yeah, it's not
into
that
the door.
big.
You put your pinky into the door. What else do you do?
Hey,
It goes into the hole.
Well, it's just like clearing away this spiderweb real quick, see if I can look through.
Okay, you're clearing away the spider webs, but you seem to be jamming it further into, like, the keyhole as you put your finger in. So as you try to pull it out, you know, it's not as easy handling
Alright.
spider webs, but...
Okay, well in that case, I could have just done this earlier, but prestidigitation.
You press the state the door seems to be clean, the spider webs are all gone, and as you look through it, you notice that there is another corridor, this one lit with wall sconces, but also you don't see anything moving in there apart from some light.
Let me get this straight. Instead of just cleaning the door, you decided to finger it for like a minute and a half.
Minute
now
and
you
a half,
decide to
what
clean the
fuck are you
door.
talking about? It's not a minute and a half. It was just like real
Fucking-
quickly, see if I can look through it.
Damn, dude. You fucking
You know,
play rough
mate,
with the door and wipe away the
it-
mess.
It's one of those intrusive thoughts you just randomly have after you get like a cool feature, you want to test out the feature. Anyway, yeah, I'll try extra hard just to try and open the door, like kind of give it a little push, or blast for it a little bit.
Okay, as you try to push the door, it's still jammed. You feel like you're going to need to apply a little bit of force to open it.
Yeah, that's what I said. I'll smash it, like
Oh,
charge
okay,
into
so
it.
give me a strength check.
Pretty sure I don't have any modifiers on it. Well, that's fuck you, Gabe. Anyway, 3.
Yeah, let's go. These rolls
3.
are already
As
starting
you-
out great.
Yeah, as you sort of are pushing through the door, it you sort of slam into it. It shifts a little bit, and that's it. It doesn't do much.
Weak.
Well, I'll give it another shot.
Okay, go ahead.
So, for context, y'all, before we like started the stream, we made a bet with
12.
Mads to see like what he would roll to see how good they're gonna be throughout this whole game. He rolled a nat 1, the very beginning.
You forget he questioned my dice god powers, and
Yes.
I'll deal it without them. Anyway, 12 on the door.
Okay, 12 on the door. You push it, it moves a little bit further, but it's still jammed. It's not big enough for you to pass through. But it is moving. Like, you feel like if you do it a third time, it might boost
Well,
up.
a third time's the charm then, I suppose.
But you are making a lot of noise. So.
Bruh.
As
Bruh,
you-
2?
As you start pushing it again, at this point your shoulder's starting to hurt. Like, your body, your skin feels like it's more taut, but it's still, like, your muscles hurt from doing this. And at this point you're making a lot of noise, because it's like... Like, the door's trying to open. It is big enough for you to, like, slide half your body through, but you will get stuck. You can try to shimmy through this, but you don't know. Your butt's pretty big.
He's got a
My
big butt.
butt's pretty big.
Yeah, it's
It's
you're
an
pretty
optic.
thick.
You cannot lie.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll do one last slam through.
Okay?
Oh, slamming it.
Oh my fucking god, Mads. An 8.
An 8. As you try to push it a little bit more, at this point the handle breaks off and starts ding, 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 down the stairs. Your shoulder is now in pain. I need you to take me just 1 point of damage because you don't think you dislocated it, but you hit it so many times with your shoulder. At this point, it's just gonna sting. It's gonna hurt.
Pretty sure it's broken now.
It's gonna be hard for you to move your arm a little bit for the next hour or so. But the door, you think it might have shifted enough for you to squeeze through, but you feel like you can't push it any further. At this point, the door's jammed. It's too rusty.
Matt, do you
We're
repent?
stuck.
Do you repent?
I step back, Eldritch Blast.
He's not repenting.
He's not repenting.
Okay, as you as you step back, you didn't have Eldritch Blast before, I believe, right?
No.
So as you step back, the fury at this fucking door hits you like nobody's business. What kind of flavor would you like with your Eldritch Blast? Please tell me, how do you Eldritch Blast the door? It's a new skill.
Well, I fling my hand towards it, and it kind of gives like a fayish glare, and like not sprinkles. Fucking hell! I'm like, yeah.
Glitter and sunshine.
But yeah, it kind of gives like a bluish tinge startup, and then it just fires off like a bolt of a blue bolt.
It's like a fucking party popper with like confetti.
Okay,
Just
so
out of your hand.
So it's a blue bolt then.
Yeah, it's a blue bolt.
Cool. As you come up with this like power that you felt like this rage is boiling in you, and then this calmness comes upon you, same way it does when you enter the shadowy realm of the Whispered One. And as you thrust your hand forward, ball of blue plasma hits the wall, hits the door, and give me I mean, you hit the door, so give me a damage roll, please, with your Eldritch Blast.
I'm pretty sure that's just a D10, right?
Yeah, it's just a D10.
The Joe Cat Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast.
Oh, now I roll high. Fuck you. 7.
Okay, 7. As you hit the door, it splinters and it explodes outward. And as you the dust settles, you look outwards, and some of the candles have, some of the wall sconces have, turned off. And at this point, you stand there quietly, and then you hear some sort of a distant noise of muffled, like.
You hear your mom
feet.
going, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, like, my fucking door, I was on my way to unlock the door, you absolute fucking asshole.
Well,
I have the
shit,
keys
son.
in my hand.
Wouldn't have helped. Anyway, I walked down the corridor before. I essentially walked down the corridor to them. Or just to the
as you get out
lights.
of now you step over the broken door and you start you're rubbing your shoulder, you start heading towards the noises. You now hear it more clearly. It's sound of feet muffled through layers upon doors. You were in some sort of like a really deep basement, and as you're walking through, you hear shuffling and muffled of doors opening, and then as you walk by the end of the corridor, you notice there's another door after the stairs heading up, and then behind it you can hear "You open it." It's like, "No, you open it. There's ghosts down there." It's like, "There's no ghosts down here."
It's just some filthy dragonborn down here.
I just got next to the door.
So the two of them were like whispering, and they didn't just hear like a fucking explosion, like not too far away.
Okay,
Right.
sorry.
Ghost here?
Okay, can you give me an intimidation roll, please, just for shits and giggles?
You really gonna do like the ooh right outside the door?
Yeah.
Better roll high. I want you to roll high for this one. Actually, I think it'll be funny. Oh fuck! There we
Oh
are.
my god! Fuck this.
Every time
24.
I demand it. Every time I demand it.
As you
I gotta provide Danny.
as you say, "Ooh," one of them literally does the most unmanly scream of like a high pitched, and then you hear the thud 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 of footstep going back, and the other one's like, "What the fuck you doing? Come back here!" Jesus fucking. Okay, right. And
I guess I gotta be big man here.
Yeah, and
Okay,
you hear,
I give
there's like a bit of a shuffling, like the person's hesitating before you hear like a key go into a keyhole, and then it like opens up and the door slides, and like a youngish tiefling man with hair in like a top bun, and his horns going like Draenei horns. Kind of has this sort of light greenish hue to him. He opens the door and he looks over and comes face to face with you, I assume.
Just like as he opens the door, I'll just be like,
yeah, as he opens the door opens towards you, so you have to step back. But as he opens it, he sees you. He kind of goes, "Ah! Oh Christ! He scared me."
pardon me. And I open the door as I say, I'm very sorry. It was not my
Yeah. First of all,
intent.
who are you and what are you doing here? Like, how'd you even get in here?
I don't know.
Right.
I broke in.
Who are you there?
I'm a burglar.
And he's looking over at your clothes, and I assume you're still wearing your academy robes.
Yeah.
And they're a bit tattered and very muddy, so the robes look, unless you didn't say you prestidigitated them, so you look like you've just bathed in mud. And you look, there's some blood on them as well, and he's just looking you warily up and down and just being really, like, doesn't know what to do.
Very,
He's holding
very
a candle.
sorry, and I prestidigitate myself as I'm saying, I'm not sure how I got here.
Sauce.
I probably did some like magical experiment. I am a student from the academy, but I cannot remember how I got in here. I'm very sorry.
Right, sorry to do this here, but you got any ID? Like, you got any student card or something?
Do I? I presume I have.
I mean, yeah, you probably do in your bag, so you pull it out.
Yeah,
It's still muddy. You prestidigitate it, I assume. You give it to him. He looks it up and says, like, squints to read it, goes, "Alright, well, we figured out who you are."
That's a fake, innit?
Still doesn't explain how you got behind 3 rows of locked doors all the way down here.
Where is this place exactly?
Well, this is the Grand Cathedral.
Ah.
And these basements are off limits for anyone but the clergy, so... Right.
Well, I'm terribly sorry. It must have been a magical, maybe teleportation. I don't know.
Right, well, it's way above my pay grade. I really don't care what you do. But I'm gonna have to tell my supervisor, and he's gonna have to talk to your supervisor, so... Right, just,
But I don't have a supervisor.
What?
I'm a student.
He looks over and goes like, "What was that noise? Like, there was a loud bang that we heard. What was that? Was that you?"
I woke up in confusion and accidentally broke a door.
Right. Well,
It was very dark, and it was the only light I could see, and I panicked because I was in pure darkness.
As the door is literally singed and burned.
As
it's not singed, it was a force.
The tiefling guy sort of
Oh,
leans over and looks to the left, and you notice now that he's closer and you're not stressed. He's wearing like acolyte robes of the clergy. He looks over and sees the pieces of the door and says, fuck's sake, that needs a lot of cleanup. Right, well, and he looks back at you, looks at the door and says, "Right, I'll just make Johnny do it. I'll just say I'm doing the paperwork and it's his turn to clean up, yeah? Right, follow me."
The guy who ran away?
Yeah. Was that you as well? Man, come on.
You will hear devious laughter from me there. That was genuine.
He gives you this look, but also smirks and goes like, he's a little pansy, isn't he? Come on. And he...
I mean, it was audible. I could hear through the door because I was like...
He goes, I'll never let him forget it. I mean, he's gonna be the talk of the dorms for the next few months. Trust me. Nothing much really happens, but him being afraid of a fake ghost is the best. He picks up his robes with his left hand and holds the candle up and starts going up the stairs, sort of beckoning you to follow.
You get 10 points, by the way, if you take a sheet over your head and like poke some eyes in it and scare him at night. Really cement it in.
Nah, it's alright. He's through the hazing. We're not going to do that anymore. As you step away, he closes the door behind you and locks it again. And you see a big bolt, like, slide over to this door. It's much more reinforced than the door you broke. As he puts the keys... and there's, like, a set of a lot of keys on his person. He puts it onto his belt and heads up with you with the candle, you going up the stairs. You guys head actually quite a few floors up. I believe you go through at least 5 doors. 5 different doors in different corridors, and he keeps going and going, and the more you go, the more people there are. Some people are passing by and, like, you know, nodding to the guy and then double taking you, but then, you know, the more you guys head into more civilized areas, people tend to not question the fact that you're there. The guy doesn't really speak to you, doesn't introduce himself, he's just headed out. You know, unless you're talking to him, he's just gonna quietly...
I'm just gonna follow slowly, I'm not gonna...
Yeah. As you go, you
pay more
notice,
than I need to.
You notice the place is well and better lit, and some areas that you pass have like start to have offshoot doors. So all the corridors underneath didn't have any side doors. There was only like, it was just bare corridors, right? And so these areas now tend to have doors in the corridors, and some of them are open. You see some of them have like shelves upon shelves of scrolls. Some of them have tables with candles upon which multiples of like acolytes and younger students and, you know, men and women and, you know, in between of different ages sitting and scribbling and writing something, and somebody passing by. There's more activity here, but this seems like this is the basement of the Grand Cathedral. According to the architecture. You keep heading out and out and out until you finally reach the main doors, which you're more familiar with, which is the main hall where the mass is usually held. As the guy in front of you turns around and says, "Hello, my name is Laszlo, by the way. Sorry, didn't introduce myself. Completely, like, dropped the idea. I was on duty guard in that place all night. I'm so tired." And you notice that the cathedral...
It's completely fair.
Cathedral is being decorated, and there's like quite a bit of hub in it. And he goes like, "Right, we probably can't go through there." And you notice that almost the whole of the town is in the cathedral, and there's a lot of people talking. There's a big noise. He goes like, and you see some acolytes walking away, trying to herd people in to get them, you know, seated or standing, you know, to fit them into the cathedral. At this point, Laszlo looks around and says, "Right, listen. I know it's the festival and whatnot, and I know you would like to attend the midday mass, but I mean, I really need to report this. So, what's your name again? Right, I think I've read it. Was it Baax Obsidian? What's that?
Yes.
Right. Yeah, Baax. Okay. Right, Baax. I'm just gonna be straight with you right now. I really don't feel like filing paperwork right now, and I don't really want to bother, you know, Grand Bishop. So, how about we just finish the day today, and in the end of the day, you just show up with a report as to what happened, and I'll file it at the same time, and we'll just pretend whatever this happened later in the day. Yeah. Because I want to attend the festivities, really, and doing this right now, knowing the bishop, he will force me to, like, do the fucking paperwork, and I just can't be arsed right now.
Fair. I understand it.
I know your name. I know you're in the academy. Don't fuck me on this. I will find you. Right?
Find you.
So when do you want the report to happen?
I mean, I thought later tonight, but I do now hang out with my friends, so probably tomorrow morning. Just pretend this all happened a few hours later. I mean, they're not going to question anyone else, really. And I've locked the doors. And so every door that you've passed, he was actually closing and locking it with all the keys in his, like, separate keys in his keychain. As he kept, you know, as you guys left the basement. So there's a, like, he's the guy with a bunch of keys, and he's like, right, I gotta give these back anyway, so, right, carry on. And, tomorrow morning, your ass is here with a report. Same as me. I'll take you to the bishop.
Yeah, we'll see.
Alright, fab.
And
he like cracks his neck and looks around, and there's a woman with these beautiful auburn hair who waves at him and goes like, right, gotta go. Cheers, happy consecration day, and swaddles off to this beautiful woman with this auburn hair who has this like bit of a sultry expression, but she's dressed modestly like an acolyte as well. So he sort of sidles up to her, and there's a little blush to his face as he's talking to her actively, and she smiles, and then they all look like they all help the crowd to fit into the cathedral. It's getting pretty crowded here though, so
time for some adult.
I'm gonna yeet the fuck out.
Okay, you're gonna try to leave the cathedral. The cathedral at the moment, it is packed with people, and knowing the proceedings for the festival day, there's going to be a big long mass where the majority of the town is going to be there, and then after the divine energy descends upon you, you all will filter out and can carry on with the festivities, and the young people are going to all stay in the cathedral and line up wearing these handmade clothes and wreaths of flowers, and they will need to be blessed by the archbishop herself. And then afterwards, they are going to go and you know, have fun and have festivities. Like, you're currently at the beginning of a very long traditional ritual that happens every year. So you are very familiar with the happenings around you, and you know that this is going to take a while. And so to leave, I'm going to need you to give me probably either a strength check if you're shoving people trying to get out, or a dexterity check to try to squeeze through the people.
Gonna be a dexterity.
Yeah. You pick one.
I did dexterity.
Okay.
19.
19. Okay. 1 second.
Because I don't want to be like rude. I don't want to pull like attention to myself. I'd just be like one of the ones smashing through.
Okay. As you dexterity, what'd you get? 12? Yeah. As you
19.
19. As you manage to squeeze through a bunch of people. Everybody tries to get as close to the archbishop as they can and get inside the cathedral for the full experience. There's still a lot of people outside. You know, people aren't all gonna fit here, and some people are going to have to stay outside, but nobody wants to be that person. But seeing as you're going against the direction, people are more than happy to swap places with you. So you end up being like squeezed out into the crowd outdoors. There's a bit more space to breathe outdoors, but the outdoors is also packed with people, and you know, they're all trying to, you know, lean over and try to see. There's a big crowd. As you're trying to get out, you notice that the paladins are all, so the inside it's the clergy sort of getting people together, but outside it's the paladins sort of making sure there's no, you know, pushing or trampling or anything happening. They're keeping an eye out, and they notice like some people who are late, they're sort of hurrying them up to get closer to the cathedral, and you know that it is a mandatory attendance. So if you want to sneak out, I would need you to give me a stealth check. It's not a very high DC, there's a lot of people, but...
How long is the proceedings exactly?
So the actual mass is about an hour and a half. After everybody gets blessed, the majority of people leave, and only certain, like, yeah, certain young people, well, it's not just young people, it's anybody who really wishes to, but the ones who manage to make their own clothes and wash them in the river, they basically, your mic is doing that fucking shit again, man. Sorry, it's just really grating sound. It's like interference, you know? It's just, yeah, it's fine. It stopped. As you're, so you basically know that people make their own clothes or decorate them with lace and ribbons, and they wash them in the water, nearby source, which is usually the Orphos River, and then they wear them to the mass, and they're blessed by the holy light, and afterwards festivities with dancing and drinking. So the actual mass is an hour and a half. Some people are gonna want to have an additional blessing from the archbishop, which they will line up afterwards, and there's quite a few devout believers who wish to have that, but not everybody. The majority of people will be gone by then, but that will last for longer, almost until up like 4 p.m. So you realize if it's a midday mass, it is like 12 p.m. So you woke up the next day.
Yeah, I'm probably... Yeah, my priorities are different. I will try to...
Jesus
oh,
Christ.
that's real bad.
Damn, dude.
Just unplug it and plug it back in, man. Oh god. You sounded Mr. Roboto.
Oh, what you got there, Natalie?
It's pink lemonade.
Oh.
And some ice.
I have water.
Nice.
I also have water.
Yeah, I basically
mine.
I don't have a air fan, so the only way I could cool down is with some ice cubes.
Mm-hmm.
What was me?
Relate. I am in the same situation. If I open up my window,
It's just gonna get hotter, isn't it? Because the sun is like right out there.
that, and it's also just gonna be like a bunch of people staring at me in the window. I'm like, please don't.
Show us your water, digital man. Oak. Who, me?
Do it,
How is
coward.
it gonna work, man?
How do I show my water?
Pick up a virtual water bottle.
Yes. Hang on. I can actually do that. Boop. Boop. Well, there we go. Beverage, water. There we go. Whoop.
You got the what?
I got the Digi Water!
Did you water?
What do you
Man.
guys think of Digi Water? Have you had your fresh dose of Digi Water? Now, fresh off the marketplace.
I don't know
What's
what
this
the difference is.
advertisement?
It's garbage.
What is this advertisement?
I don't know what I'm trying to advertise here.
The last time I drank Digiwater, I tasted cum.
Glug, glug,
Right.
glug.
Okay. Did you fix your bike? All good.
I don't know. Is it fixed?
Yeah, it sounds all good. Okay, so you're
Yeah.
trying to. So the midday. I'll repeat again. The midday mass takes an hour and a half, and then whoever's left is gonna stay there for until 4 p.m. But people are gonna start leaving. But the hour and a half mass is mandatory. So it's not started yet. So it's about to start.
Shit is about
Well,
to go
it's
down.
just 1.5 hours. I'll just stick by and stay in a corner somewhere.
Okay, you're now breathing fresh air. There's a lot of there's a lot of people, and they're all like crowding and talking with each other, and some people pushing past you. You're pushed all the way to the back of the line, which I assume you don't mind, and you're standing there with some of the Garda, just waiting, keeping the peace between people, making sure nobody gets too rowdy. The midday mass, you can start to hear singing coming from the cathedral, and through the acoustics, some of the people in the room start singing with. And there's like an amplification. You can see the light and the windows that you can see from here of this cathedral. I will show the cathedral to some of you who have not seen it before. There is no metal band, unfortunately.
Aw.
Yeah,
It would have been nice.
Metal.
Right.
No, baby metal.
Basically, this cathedral, so these beautiful stained glass windows, they start glowing from the inside as people's voices start singing higher and higher. There's no musical instruments. There's just like a vocal, like just singing and beautiful voices of the crowd, of the chorus coming together, and the church lights up from the inside with light, and you all feel like you can feel your shoulder that hurt a little bit sort of start to heal, and you gain that hit point back. You stretch your neck, and all of your limbs that were a little bit, restricted, they now move easier. You feel a bit more energy. The woman next to you with a little, was shaking with arthritis is now, stretching her limbs and, doing a little jig. Everybody just looks a little bit healthier, and there's this pleasant golden glow over everybody. So after an hour and a half of this, as I said before, some people turn around and start heading over down to town. A lot of them already pulling out little flasks of booze and starting to drink. There's a line of people still there going into the cathedral, but now the Garda sort of, they're still there to keep the peace, but they let them out, They're not going to stop you from leaving now.
Yeah. I mean, if the mass is done, I'll just leave and go towards home.
Okay, you start heading home. There's, the town is decorated, which, you were here last night, you've seen some decoration being put up, but this is completely transformed. There's people drinking on the streets, there's a lot of people wearing, hodgepodge new clothes, that they've probably made themselves without skill. Some people have, fabulous new outfits. There's beer, there's somebody reading poetry off a bucket, there's just a lot of stuff going on. It is a big festival for the city. You weave through the crowd and manage to get to the 6 boroughs where your house is, and it's a bit more quiet here because the majority of people have headed now to Southgate to party. But some people are still in their homes, and you notice some of them open the windows and there's some singing coming out. It's festival mood. You get to your house. Yep.
I'll open the door immediately and just find someone.
Yeah, as you enter your house, you would know that your father is probably down at Southgate partying because that's where his shop is. So he's probably been at the midday mass, but there was so many people, almost the whole town was there. You wouldn't be able to find him there anyway if you wanted to. So he didn't see you in the crowd, and you come home to an empty, closed house.
Okay, well, I kind of... I'll use my magic eyes and just look through the house real quick.
Okay. You're gonna do your magic eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remind me, remember that little talon or tooth that you showed your father? Did he keep it, or did you keep it?
He gave it back.
Okay. Then you start looking around, and there seems to be no magical stuff in the house. You go around, you look at the little trinkets room, and you find that there's some, like, vaguely magical items, but they're more like they've been enchanted to, like, it's a monkey that's enchanted to hit a dumbbell. Like, it's very small, minimal enchantments that you've seen before in your house, so it's nothing new.
Is there any of the same reactions, even remotely stemming from the same root as the one at the inn?
Oh, okay. Give me an Arcana check, please.
Let me see how much Arcana do I have. Quick. That is... Go. Fuck. Why?
What did you
Always.
get?
8.
Would you like to repent?
As you're looking around,
Repent.
you manage to find nothing out of the ordinary. You look through the house, you come to your parents' door, and then you remember the fight with the hag and the sudden flashback to your childhood, and you do not enter. You do not touch or open that door. You cannot do it. You go around the rest of the house, and it all seems to be in order. Nothing seems to have changed.
Alright, if everything is completely the same as before, nothing is different, I will go over to Trial's house.
Okay, as you close the door, you lock up. The rest of the street,
course, also
the
close
rest,
up mine.
the rest of the street are heading down to the party town, and you head to Trarl's mansion. You weave through the crowds further and further in, again closer to the cathedral. So you sort of went all the way to your house, and now you're going back up a hill. And you finally reach the mansion where Trarl lives, and his parents do as well. It is, you've been here last night, and you've seen some servants running around and decorating the place and trying to make it presentable. But as you come up to it, it looks fantastic. It's been redecorated. There's a new garden. There's lights everywhere. There's fairy lights. There's, even during the day. There are no guests, but the servants are still hustling. But there's some, if not carriages, yeah, there's actually some, like, small, you know, open carriages, like open air carriages with some really fancily dressed people starting to arrive, and some servants are coming and bringing in the bags, and, you know, there's activity happening, but it's not, you know, too crazy.
Can I go ask a servant, or talk to a servant, like find the nearest one, and say, "Excuse me"?
A sort of a human male with like cropped red hair that's been shone really hodgepodge is currently like pulling off a suitcase off of the cart and looks at you confused, like, hello sir, how can I help you? And he looks
Is
at
any of the masters home?
He goes, yes, both masters are home. Young Master Charles has went out for a little bit, but he said he will be back soon. The party's not until the evening, so the guests are just arriving. I'm sorry, sir, I'm very busy. And as he pulls off more suitcases with a angry glare from this beautiful half-elven woman, like, careful with that, it's expensive. As she gets out of the carriage with a man who takes her by the hand and,
You gonna tell them about their son's dead?
I will go find the. Yeah, I'll go try to find the masters.
yeah.
Good old family.
As you go through the house, it's a bustle of activity. There's a lot of guests. People tend to ignore you. You manage to, like, weave through them. The servants know you well enough, so they don't, like, stop you. But the guests, nobody seems to recognize you, and you haven't seen any of them. I mean, you've seen them sometimes for previous years. They're, like, nobles from nearby towns, who came specifically for your father's party, because he's well known for those. Not your father, sorry, Charles' father's party. Jesus Christ. It's too hot, man. My brain is melting. Yes, by Charles' father's party are notorious. Everybody who's anyone wants to attend these, and they usually come for the consecration day, and they stay over for 3 or 4 days in his house, mansion, and then go back. You head over upstairs to the rooms where they usually stay. You have to look through quite a few because, well, you don't know where their bedrooms are. You've never been. But you look through a few studies and meeting rooms, and give me an investigation check just to see if you can even find them. This big place.
Yep. Investigation. Please. Fuck. Oh. It's 23. Never mind. 23.
Like a weird
It's like 1, 2,
ASMR
3.
hearing like the glass clink.
Oh, sorry.
No, I like it. It's soothing.
Yeah, as you hear the
I don't think we're
orchestra
meant to
start
do
to like
No.
practice as you head over down into the main hall. You can hear like some people already starting to drink and talking, and everybody's like being pleasant. And through the doors, you notice this man, who you recognize as Trarel's dad. If I can
Daddy.
pull him up. Yes. He is standing tall. He's Duke Beloar Faladel. Let me describe him a little bit.
It looks
'cause
like a prick.
I don't think you've met him. But yes, he's
like
wearing
a
this
fucking
elaborate, beautiful jewelry above his horns, similar to, or like his antlers, similar to his wife. They're about the same size, slightly larger. You probably assume he's a little bit older than she is. He's holding a very fancy cane, and as he's standing, he's holding a champagne glass by like this, like a
Oh,
posh
that is
bitch.
an asshole.
And he just like pulled his head back and started like give a laugh to some sort of a joke that one of that a beautiful woman with a big hat and a plume is talking to him, and she's like doing these hand gestures and like telling him something in a loud room, and he's laughing, but you can see him through the door. You managed to spot him immediately as you were coming down the stairs with that 23.
Alright. I go near him, like kind of like into eye shot, and I kind of give a little wave towards him.
Okay, so you're going into the Great Hall, where the party is, well, starting in a way.
Yeah, like kind of within his.
Okay,
eye shot where he's
as you're getting in, you're trying to get his attention. There's already a lot of people here and a lot of staff. Give me, there's a few Dragonborn as well, so give me, let's see if he notices you actually. Yes. Immediately, you know him. He's the life of the party. Whenever you've talked to him before, you've seen him before. Whenever he walks into a room, he knows exactly where all the servants are, where all the staff, where all the guests are, where any of his family members are, and if anyone new came in that he needs to know. So immediately, as you walk through the door, you notice him like his gaze shifts to where you are. He nods to the woman in front of him politely. You cannot tell what he's saying as he picks up his cane, puts the champagne flute onto a tray, and heads over to you, nodding at people by the way, and like visibly apologizing, seeming like, oh no, I'm too busy, I have to go. And as he heads towards you, says, Baax, darling, it's been so long. How are you? I have not seen you in a while. Are you here for the party?
Good afternoon, Mr. Fellow. I am afraid I have a little more private conversation I might have to need of you. If you have any
please
more time.
don't be so polite, my dear boy. It's just Beloar for you, or even just Bell. Mr. Faladel sounds so pedestrian. I'm a duke after all. And he puts his hand on your shoulder and like steers you out into an alcove. And then a servant immediately pops up and leaves over. It's like, would you like a drink? I mean, this is a pre-party drinks, if you know what I mean. If my wife found me, oh, she'd be mad. Would you like one?
Yeah, of course.
Lovely. And he picks up and gives you a flute of champagne, picks one himself like, so, to another consecration day. And cheers. As you guys are standing in relative quietness, you notice that the rest of the crowd notices where the Duke is, but they do not want to interfere into this conversation. You know, you're now standing in an alcove. You're as private as you will be.
Well, Bell. Mr. Bell.
No, just Bell! Goodness, what is with you and ceremony?
I don't know, I'm just... You're, a great man, so...
You're a family friend! You're like a son to me, and Trarel loves you so much, so of course, I'm just
Yes,
Bell
that
for you.
Trowel. Such a good
You know
boy,
where he is,
isn't
by
he?
the way?
Sorry, what'd you say? I missed it.
I said, do you know where the good old trail is, by the way?
Oh, I don't know. You know him. He doesn't like the partying and the crowds. He feels... I can't believe I'm saying this. Shy, or whatever. Anyway, he's probably reading a book somewhere, or hiding in the gardens. He said he needed to go for an errand, and he'll be back for the party. He promised this year. But, you know him. I don't know. I haven't seen him.
Yes. I have a private conversation about him. You know, a certain someone.
Give me a... just give me a charisma throw. Just a plain charisma roll to see if you're like...
Does that even work?
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's very he's very perceptive, but just still.
11.
11. Let's see if he actually picks up on this.
He's like, what the fuck?
3. Yeah, he sort of looks at you and goes like, him.
Timothy.
Oh, right, you wanted to talk about travel. There's something with him. Is he not coming, the little bastard? I told him it's his turn. He has to be here. I need to introduce him to some people. You can't just leave me alone to entertain all of these guests.
Yes. The thing is, we went off to handle an issue, and there seemed to be someone imitating him.
Imitating him?
As in, not him being him.
That told him absolutely nothing. Congratulations.
Yeah.
He looks at you and goes, well,
I'm not sure
I
how
mean,
to explain
right,
it. Doppelganger?
I understand. The fact is,
I don't know, something?
my son is quite, you know, not to brag, he takes it all from me and his beautiful mother. He's very handsome. So a lot of people would try to dress like him and look like him. Of course they can't, but you know, it's quite normal, copycats and all.
Oh
so-
yeah, but I imagine that someone looking exactly like him then suddenly is a master of martial arts and attacks is not the right one.
Oh, I'm sure some sort of god saw him passing by and asked one of the students to give him a transfiguration spell for a day. Oh, never mind. I mean, you can always tell where the real one is because he'd never be at a party. Honestly, what a disappointment. I'm kidding, I love my son. But sometimes, you know, he's just so difficult. And then a woman passes by and says, "Oh, Your Eminence!" And it's the same woman that came off the, like a same half of a woman that you saw at the entrance. He goes, "Oh, my dear Alania, you've arrived. I was waiting for you with bated heart, my dear." And she goes, Of course. I'm not interrupting, am I?" And she gives you this look of like, I need to speak to the dude, get the fuck out.
If you would only give us just a few more minutes, that would be lovely.
But of course, before we go and settle in, because the road was so long, would you like to meet my husband? And a man, a half-elven man, comes up like really, stiff as hell, as all the nobles are, and he bows and says, "Your Eminence." And the Duke goes, "Oh, but yes, of course. Pardon me. I've and looks at him. "Billingham, is it? Billingham, right? I'm sorry, I forgot your first name." He goes,
Billing.
"Yes, it's a pleasure to be recognized by you, my lord." And the lady stands there, like, "Oh," does the little laugh, and she keeps hitting you looks like, "We're busy, get out," to you, Baax. And the Duke sort of looks back at you and says, "Right, apologies, my dears." And he turns to you, Baax, and goes, "Give me a second." He calls in a footman, who immediately appears, and he goes, "Right, these guests have driven quite a long way. Would you mind showing them to their room and then letting them refresh a bit before coming down to the party proper? I will be with you in but a moment, and you will have my undivided attention." And as he smiles, the woman, like, starts blushing, and even the man is, like, coughing and flicking his hair and saying, yes, naturally.
I'm
And-
considering a devil's three-way.
As they sort of skiddle off, he flicks his hair back, turns to you and says, "Works every time." "Right, you were saying, sorry, the guests."
I'm saying there is... Alright, skipping the formalities. We were fighting a hag.
He does a little double take and goes, "Huh. By we, do you mean?"
Me and a party, and I presume was not the real your real son, but he looked, and I mean looked, and said the same things as what your son would, presumably imitating him in some form of way.
Hold on. If I got this correctly, you went to fight a hag somewhere, and
In the forest, yes,
you
because it
didn't-
was planning on.
And first of all, you didn't suspect the fact that Travel would never go into a forest alone, or even with you. He'd just sit at home and read a book. You didn't find that suspicious, first of all, honestly. Baax, come on. Get in with the program, you need to be a little bit more perceptive there. But, alright, so you went with this imposter into the woods at night, right, and... What?
Almost died and saved by a certain someone.
Oh.
And at this point, he gets it. Like, the third time you had to say it, he goes,
Right. Well, right, this needs for a longer discussion. Just let me just find my wife real quick, and I will have her host, and then we can have this. But don't tell her anything about Trarrell. She's already on edge as it is. Just leave her be, alright?
Of course not, sir.
be right back. You know her.
Where do you want me to wait?
Right, can you wait in the green room?
And you know that the
I will.
green room is one of the very plush sitting rooms with a library that, you know, the Lord Belar Falinel enjoys, like a whiskey and you know, he likes to sit in there, and you've been there a few times, but it's more of a Charles' dad's location.
Yeah.
You weave out and head your way there while, you know, you wait for a little bit, and after a few minutes you see a footman come in, give you some snacks from the party, which is like starting in full go right now. And you are sitting next to a fireplace, and at some point you'd say you wait for about an hour, maybe? Hold on.
Her son is dead.
Jesus Christ.
That's a good conversation to have. So, by the way, your son might be dead in a ditch somewhere.
Ding dong,
Yeah.
your son is dead.
As you're sitting down, it is the sounds of the party are now muffled. The door opens, and Duke Belloir comes back in, closes the door behind him, and locks it. Comes up to you, sits down in a, you know, plush chair next to you, and says, "Right, got ambushed by Duchess Bellingham. That woman can talk. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, I could tell.
Yes, I mean, they've been trying to get me to attend the gala again to appraise some of their paintings, and honestly, I'm like, I can't fucking afford to get out of Lordenborough all the way there. I'm not gonna trek 3 weeks on the road to get to you to watch your party, but she just wants me to be there because I raised their profile or whatever. Never mind. Sorry, can you just start from the beginning, because I got the gist of it, but you might want to tell me in detail what happened.
All right. Well, throughout investigations, or in the last few days, I just started at the beginning. Sorry. In the last few days, there has been blood magic activity in the city, in which I've been noticing. The first one was a hex back on the poor innkeeper. Her name.
Someone with the E, right? You know
What is
what?
her name?
Does it matter? Does it matter?
What is her name?
Do we need to say her name right now?
I didn't write it on fuck. But yeah, it was
Evelyn?
it was with an innkeeper.
Oh.
And so we fixed that. Found out that the bag was primarily made from blood magic or something similar. And then we tracked down a sea hack rather, in the near the lakes where people were washing their clothes, you know, for the festival.
Yes.
We managed to kill that.
Oh, well,
And
that's impressive.
after we killed it and gave the poor blacksmith his daughter back.
I'm sorry, what?
Kind of skipping over some information here.
Yeah.
What?
So, the blacksmith who lives near us, fixes our pans, stuff like that. His daughter was missing, and he suspected that it was the rupture. It was not. It seemed that it was kidnapped by a hag instead, and she was turned undead.
And now
What?
she's just dead.
And now, well, and then we gave the body back to the father because we could not recover it.
Right.
Anyway, after that, I presume that maybe the hag figured out we were there somehow, because one day, when we were kind of going through the motions, Trell appeared to me, and because he had been helping me in the investigation, not there to help me physically defeating the hag, he was safe, but because he was there helping me with the research in general, having found
that sounds more like Trarel, the research part. Boy likes his books.
I mean, I made sure that Trev would always stay back even on the trip there, and I thought maybe he was just eager to help.
Indeed.
I trust the man. Yeah. I'm afraid I didn't look through. I even used my magic eyes. The person who was impersonating didn't use magic to do so, and it looked pretty similar, but it was extremely skilled in martial arts, and it attacked, me and my allies.
Right. Let's see if he knows anything about this. Yeah, he sits down and goes like, I'm sorry, sounds like if it wasn't magic, then it seems like it's an innate ability of whatever this person or creature is to turn into into Trarel, I guess. I'm not a very big expert about, sort of magical creatures. It's more my dear wife's expertise, but I do not wish her to get involved. Sorry. Sure, there's a book around here somewhere about this, but unfortunately I can't recall any of this. Can't help you there.
But your son, when he comes back, I'm not sure if that is him, or whether we need to question him and see if he knows a certain amount of answers, see if he's actually the real one.
Right.
Because if he's good enough impersonating, deceiving me, and I've been around him a long time, I'm not saying I know him better than you, but I have been around him for a lot as well. And if you manage to do that on the left,
that is 100% true. You know him better than I do. The boy doesn't talk to me, so there's no question there.
Anyway, and also I've had several dreams and also a physical meeting with Calife.
At this point, he looks around and says, "A physical meeting? How did you?"
Yes, in which I fit through the retractable claws.
Oh, well, that's
he gave me more power, so you could also see that my hide is a little more thicker, and I've grown more powerful in general at the moment.
That's amazing. Well, we all knew you were the chosen one, but nobody really says that.
Oh god, he's the chosen one.
For a while, Trowel's mum, she was always so it has to be my boy. It was prophesied to be my boy, but I mean, that boy cannot be the. I mean, I love him to bits, but it's not in his personality, It is not like him to lead, or he's more of a follower, if you know what I mean. You were always the cheeky one, when you two got into trouble, it was always you starting it, and he was just roped in it with you, so...
Son was a dumb little shit.
Anyway, that's fascinating.
Charms.
How was he in person? What did he look like? Did you...
His face was not appeared, but he was shifting out in reality. Before I met him in the physical, when I was almost dying, he saved me by... I'm not really sure, but he got me out of there, and I woke up in a realm of his.
He teleported
molded
you to
by
his realm?
shadows. Yeah, molded by mist and a lake in between where he can summon up visages of several items or anything that he really desires. But I'm afraid that it did take a toll on him to save me.
It would.
And
I mean, with the realms being closed, it makes sense. It's much more difficult for him to be able to interfere with Esthara with the realm travel being completely cut off. So with him transferring you to his world and then back here,
That would require a lot of power.
You could have sent me a better place, though.
What do you mean?
Back. He sent me down in the basement of the cathedral.
Well, there must be some sort of reason why he put you there. I mean, he never does anything without a reason.
I
You know
presume
this,
so.
right? Yes. Right, well, sorry, I cannot be... And you hear a knock on the door, and my lord? And he goes like, yes, I will be right in. And he goes, right, so, the guests are getting restless. I cannot leave for very long.
Anyway.
They will notice I'm not there. So, I understand. If Trowel comes a knocking, ask him a few questions. Potentially he's somebody pretending to be my son. Don't
Yes.
trust him. Anyway, cool. Anything else do you need help with?
Yes, in the meeting with him, he told me that actions might be necessary soon. I meant to make a meeting with our family and yours, but he simply said that change is going to be happening soon. Things are working. The wheel is spinning at this point, and shit might be happening. Shit might be hitting the fan anytime soon.
Right,
and
right.
so we need to be ready to make some form of actions in some capacity at some point. So.
Right, well...
My comrades might be still alive.
If he told you this, then, that might be true. Right, I will, try to organize a meeting, but your mother, isn't she gone? Didn't she go on, like, that business trip for two weeks or something?
She randomly got whisked away when she got knowledge of this, and I'm not sure whether that was arranged or something. It felt very weird that she was whisked away to that. But she'll be back in like three weeks.
I believe it was 2 weeks. It is quite far off.
No, gone for a week. She'll be gone for a week if everything goes well, but it may go longer.
Right. Right, because she RSVP'd and then she didn't come to the party, so I felt offended, and then I asked around and I figured out, all that. But yes, I probably think, because, even though, my darling and myself, we've been in the city for a long, long time, your mother is sort of the de facto head of this whole thing. So, I probably could preside over the meeting, but I think it might be best if she was there. Unless it is really urgent, then obviously we can have a meeting without her. I'm sure she'll understand.
I think it's fine for now, but it's just we need to be able to act in some capacity at some point soon, because I'm not sure what the next move is. The hag might still be the hag that I met in the forest is probably still there doing whatever and planning some insidious plot at the very moment.
Right. All right. Well,
with my companions.
We can't do
probably
it during the party. There's all sorts of dignitaries here, and I can't just disappear. We're sort of really.
I'm aware.
Yeah. So this will have to wait until later tonight or in the morning. But right, I will go back to the party, pretend nothing's happened, because that's what you always do. Feel free to use the house or any of the stuff or anything you need. Not the kitchen staff; they're really busy. But I'm sure.
You're absolutely sure you don't know where Trowel went.
That boy comes and goes, him. He knows all the secret. Walks in and out of here, so it's fine. And then another knock. It's like, my lord. It's like, yes, I'm coming. Dear God,
okay,
people not...
I will stop intruding any further.
No, it's fine. Yes. It's just they're so demanding. God. And he's like, good luck. Don't get yourself killed, and do not, under any circumstances, tell the Duchess what you know, because trust me, it's best she doesn't know. It's already bad enough. Right. I will never hear the end of it. You're not a good father. And he walks around pretending to be, her voice is like, how could you do this to your son? You need to pay more attention. God, the woman. I love her to bits, but damn that woman.
Can I look into his room real quick?
The father's room?
No, the trowel. I asked.
He goes like, yes. You have the run of the house. You know where it is. And
anyway, enjoy the party, and I'll
you head out to the room, and you pass a lot of staff. Most of the people are in the hall. It's on the 3rd floor near a tower overlooking the garden, just as Tara likes it, very quiet. You've been here many times since you were kids as playmates, and later on, the room has transformed from a child's room into more of that of an adult. Relatively.
Yeah.
You walk in and still it's like a teenager's room. There's books everywhere, socks. It's a mess. I assume you do your eye thing.
Yeah, I mean, I walk into this room and do the eye thing, and I'll be scanning through the room.
As you're looking through the room, a lot of the books seem magical. There's a lot of like magical necklaces, rings, but they're all the stuff that he owns. Like he actually has a bunch of magic items that his parents gave him, and like some of the things are like, oh, this ring will make your hair shine more. You know, there are some really old tomes in the wardrobe, not in the wardrobe, on the bookshelf, and they're like very magical. But you know, these are something like parts of his thesis. He can't do that level of magic, but these are sort of historical books his parents brought over from the Sea of Lindraith, which is where they're from. And
Here's some worthy socks. They make your cock bigger.
Aha!
Maybe you find some magic socks in the corner there.
The magical cock ring enlarges it by 2.
But yes, basically you look around and you do not find anything that wasn't there before you. Because you've seen the room before, like you don't find any new things. You find like a few new books and you look through them, but they're something you've seen in the library of your university. So you're like, oh, he probably just checked them out and he's gonna give them back. So yes, it's a bit of a dead end. As you sort of turn around, you see the door behind you opens and Trial walks in. And as he walks in, he like puts down his bag and looks up at you and says, "Oh, Baax, hello. What are you doing here? Why aren't you down at the party?"
Can you sit down a second?
All right. What's this about? And he comes over and sits down on the bed. But like as he steps over, he like closes the door, comes over, says, "Right, maybe best not to have the servants here." And he sits down with you and says, "What is it, Baax?"
Okay. Can you tell me what we did 2 days ago?
2 days. Right. 2 days. I believe we were looking into a hag. Right. It's been a bit hectic since then. I mean, I've been reading up on things, but yeah, I think we've figured out that the menace that was happening to the city and the missing girl, the daughter of the blacksmith, right? Yeah, it's there was a hag, I think.
Can I open my green eyes and just look at him for real quick?
Yeah.
I'm gonna fucking light blast him.
You do the eye thing and it goes like,
and I'm just like,
and he goes like, ah, God, it's so bright.
It's like a car turning on the headlights.
Yeah, he goes, ah, can you not do this so close to my face? You're blind, man. What? Why are you looking? What's going on?
Okay, can you tell me a secret of yours?
What?
One I would know.
I mean, and he looks confused, but he's like, all right, and he starts thinking about it, like, really difficultly. He goes like, I don't know, I don't have any secrets from you. I tell you everything.
But one I would know.
Right. You and I went drinking after we talked to my mum. And we got really drunk. And
Remember
I passed
the
out.
time you fingered my butthole?
and like we went to a pub with your friends. And
What's their name?
don't remember much. There was an elf woman, pointy ears, dogs, Sildanna? Right, Sildanna, I think. And a weird guy with a mask. Ferverand? Yeah. And yeah. So I don't think Ferverand was there, but I vaguely remember the guy with the mask. I think I might be drunk, and I remember being carried to the deep pillow, and after that it's just splotchy.
Okay, final question. Who is the one we follow?
He was like, what do you mean?
You know exactly who I mean.
He looks a bit like confused as you say this. Yeah, he looks at you.
I point to my eyes.
Yeah. He looks you up and down and says, right, I mean, it's a deity we worship.
Yes.
But you know, we're not allowed to talk about it.
What is his name?
Just say it. You know, there's ears everywhere in this house.
Okay, whisper it extremely low. Actually, just write it and then burn the paper.
God, why is this happening? Why are you so weird? And he pulls up a paper and pulls out a quill and, you know, walks up to where his, like, desk is and starts writing something on a piece of paper, then closes it up and turns around to you, and as you're, and he, like, you know, extends the paper with his hand.
Then he shanks you.
I take the paper.
As you take the paper...
It just says "fuck you" and he stabs you.
As you take the
Why you a
paper...
bitch? Shit.
Oh, shit.
Does a 12 hit you?
Oh shit! No.
No, as he, like, gives you the paper, with the other hand, he's reaching for your neck, and, like, it's a really quick grab, but you manage to duck because you got suspicious of him. And so you manage to duck, and as he misses his hand, he looks up at you and says, fuck. Alright. You're gonna make it hard, aren't you? And you're now facing each other in a closed room that you haven't noticed, but he locked as he came in.
I knew
and
it.
dropped
He
his
is
bag.
dead.
Now, we are going to take a little break, and then we're going to come back to the rest of the party and see what happens.
Yeah, fine, we get to play.
But at the moment, it is...
Yay.
Sorry, guys, it took so long. But it is about where you are, Baax. It is the day of the consecration, so it's the morning of the next day. And it's about, I'd say, 3 to 4 p.m. when the party is just starting with your, you know, your father and this group. When this is happening with you. The rest of the group, if you recall, last time, you woke up around morning, so around 11 or 10, and had this whole interaction with Trarl and the hag and all that. Or, you know, whoever's wearing Trarl. We'll be back in a bit after a quick break for personal needs. And yeah, see you soon.
See ya. What?
We are back, everybody.
Hello,
How
everybody.
are you? We've had a
I
quick
have-
break,
Hello.
and we are back. We
We're
are
back.
going to go back to the group. Uno momento, please.
Wow. You make them all wait, and then come back and make them wait again.
Yes, you wait all the time.
Honestly,
Very rude.
it's like a D&D game.
So as you wait, you've been sitting in this cage for a while, and you notice that Trarl has been just staring at you and asking you a lot of leading questions, Sildanna. He's been asking you a lot of questions about, at first about how you came to the city, and he asks you a question, and you don't. I assume you don't answer him, unless you
No,
want to
don't
answer.
answer. Don't
Yeah,
fuck.
but as you don't answer him, your brain automatically, when you hear the question, goes back to a few images, and he seems to like, interesting, and asks something else, and you realize that by comprehending his question, your brain's already formulating an answer, and he's reading these thoughts out of your head. So you don't actually need to answer him.
I need to think about something a little bit more.
Think about baseball. Think about baseball.
I need to think about something
Just
else.
goes in your mind, penis, 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 penis,
Let
and
me-
then he just gets penis in his head.
Let
all
me
the
think
time.
about the literal worst moments of my life.
Peter, remember
Okay,
the time?
First of all, he's asking you questions, and the worst moments of your life, they come unbidden. You can hear them. And so you open up your mind to the dark and the pain and the screams and the constant guilt
Yes.
that always overwhelms you. And he recoils a little bit at that, but let me see.
I'm looking for the worst shit that I remember.
Yeah, the worst shit that you remember is hearing the torturings of your comrades and being witness to whatever was left of them as they were carried through the basement. He
The day
seems,
you had fancy Chipotle.
yeah, so he seems to like, hits his head and looks back at you and says, I know what you're trying to do. And you know what? It's perfectly fine. You can try to hurt me all you want. I've seen worse. But anything you think of is useful to me. So go ahead. Think more. And as you imagine all of these things that were happening to you, you can now see that he is aware of what you're trying to do, and he's now using this information to know more about you, actually. He says, so much trauma. Juicy. So yeah,
Can I try to think about things?
Of course, yeah. He's asking you leading questions.
It's only memories he's seeing, but can I actually show him something completely made up?
I'd say this would, because the way the human brain works, the way we comprehend language, the moment you understand the sentence, your brain automatically lines up an answer in your head, whether you say it or not. It doesn't work, like, because that's how just cognitive stuff works. So I would say, because it's such a natural state of mind, it's going to be really difficult, but you can actively try to think of something, because he's reading your thoughts, he's not reading your memories. So you can actually try to think of something, but it will require a wisdom saving throw.
Okay, I'll do it.
And the DC of, I'd say, because it's not a native state, of 18. If you beat 18, you can successfully derail.
Seriously, people have false memories sometimes where they think something happened in a different way than it actually did. It's considering the amount of time that's been since Penny's little
It's 13.
traumatic history. Is that going to help him in any way?
I mean, he sees whatever you think, Sildanna. So if you remember a certain thing happening a certain way, he will see it that way. From what you understand, he never said he can read your memories. He says, I can read your thoughts. He just told you this. So, yeah, with a 13, you try to sort of ignore him talking at you and try to think. I assume Ferverand is still singing.
Yeah, sure. I'm singing.
You were singing that Hangman song or something.
Yeah,
like,
swing low.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that one. You're still singing. It's getting chaotic, and your brain, you're trying to stop yourself from answering these questions unwittingly. But, going back into that headspace, sorry, I dropped a pencil. Going back into that headspace, you now cannot get out of these memories. They keep haunting you, and the thoughts just keep piling one after another after another after another. I need you to give me another wisdom saving throw to not go into deep.
Okie dokie.
Suddenly have a panic attack.
Yeah.
Oh, now 1. Well, too bad.
As you start remembering and you
tasty.
think, okay, I'm going to hit him with everything I've got. I will almost put myself back into my memories. I will return into that
Time
place.
to unleash my full power.
And as you do it,
All the PTSD.
the
Activate.
noise around you goes like a bit quiet, and you, Sildanna, open your eyes in the same cage you've spent 3 weeks in. Your clothes are dirty, your hands are cut, they're chained, your body hurts. You can actually feel the physical pain. So you move, you look around, and Ferverand's gone. So is Lyuba, so is Trarl. You're alone here. And it's dark. There's nobody in here but you.
You know what? This actually works out, because now he can't really read my mind now. Because I can't even perceive him anymore. Ha ha! I have failed upwards!
You say, haha! And as you move your hands, the chinking of the chains, you feel you are physically not where you were before. You are convinced. You cannot know how to explain this, but you are 100% sure you're back. It's impossible. But this physical, mental sensations, you are there. And it's not right. And
But I want to go to McDonald's.
And you sit there, and you can hear like a distant scream. And Cubs, please no, please, I'll tell you anything. Like blood curdling screams you remember, and screams that you don't. New screams. There's more and more, and chanting coming from a different room, and it just hits you again. And you realize your brain is like, no, this can't be real. I'm not there anymore. I'm here now. I am in a hag's in a hag's hut about to be fucking eaten. But your body is responding to the memories and to the reality of where you are. Your body starts shivering. You know your hands start to shake, and the pain is that much more pronounced. What do you do?
Well, I seem to have gotten myself into another pickle here.
Yeah, as you say
Your
that.
mouth is not cooperating.
No, I know, I'm eating. I'm sorry.
Yeah, as you say that, a shadow passes by your cell, and the door creaks open, and your body automatically starts going into this like uncontrollable shivers as he comes close. The same man who has tortured you for weeks. He's kept you just on the edge of death, then brought you back again, just to do it all over again the next day. You stayed alive the longest of them all, and you are hoping, secretly, that it's your time to die today. But you know they're not gonna let you die. They need you too much. You haven't given them what they want. You've not given them the information they want. You've held strong, but you don't know how long you can keep holding on. As the man squats in front of you, the mask that is underneath his hood, a sort of a white porcelain mask with symbols drawn around the edges, and a small little bumblebee underneath his eye.
It's Bumblebee!
As he tilts his head.
Oh no!
And you do not see his face. You've never seen his face. But you can feel him smile. Meanwhile, Ferverand, you're sitting down and
Back in reality.
Yeah.
Back in reality, you're singing, and you know,
Swing low.
yeah, you start singing, and you know, it's all going well, and you know, Lyuba is just staring at this whatever's happening, and she can't release her hands, or I don't remember if you released her, but she's just sitting there watching this, as you turn towards where Sildanna is, and you turn towards Trarl. And you see Sildanna just like has a 1,000-yard stare and is like she's checked out. And at the same time, Trarl is sitting there with his eyes closed and just like flinching sometimes, but he's just sitting there quietly with his eyes closed in front of Sildanna. They seem to not pay attention to either of you. The hag is still whistling and cooking.
Alright, I stopped singing and I just called down like, hey, Shade, help me get these chains off. We're gonna need to break these.
The Shade's like, peeks out, looks at Trarl, who's sitting down like this, and like nods at you, and uses the hairpin, or like tries to hold the hairpin. And the weird thing is the Shade, it's incorporeal, but corporeal enough to hold it, but it's like slips through. You know, it's made of like gas or something, like thick gas, so that when it, you know, it's a little dense, but it's not dense enough to actually have mass. So it's attempting to hold it, but it's trying to do it fast. But yeah, I'd say give me a dexterity a sleight of hand roll for the Shade, which is your sleight of hand roll, to try to open up the. How much?
16.
16. Yeah, he manages to do it after a little bit of squabbling. Lyuba sort of looks at you guys and sees the shadow at this point and goes like, shakes her head and like touches her forehead, which has been bleeding, and goes like, keeps looking at you in the shadow and goes like,
I think I have a concussion.
You do.
Is your shadow moving?
No.
Okay. That's not good.
Okay, as the shadow releases you, your hands are free now. So are Sildanna's.
Yep. I'm gonna free Lyuba.
Okay, you go
I've
ahead.
had mine free up by myself already.
Do you let your shadow disappear again, or you keep him with you as a buddy?
If he wants to disappear, he wants to. If he wants to stay, he can stay. The time of hiding is no longer here.
Yeah. The shadow sort of helps you out, and at this point, when the shadow's actually touching Lyuba and trying to fix her head, she kind of recoils a little bit and says,
Okay. Ferverand.
You have a concussion, don't worry about it.
Okay. Not a situation to discuss this, but something to table for later if we live, okay? Cool.
She is now released, and you all are locked inside this unopening cage, and both Sildanna and Trowel seem to be not there.
How close is Troll from the cage?
He's sitting at a good distance because he doesn't actually need to be that close, I believe. Yeah, he's within 60 feet of Sildanna, but he is not near the door anywhere for you to reach at all.
Do we have our gear on us?
No, you notice to where the bed is, there's a big chest, and it's just haphazardly piled up. I mean, actually, do you have any... What weapons do you usually have? Like, anything that was obviously on you, and things that would be in obvious places have been stripped of you, but I don't know if you had any hidden daggers somewhere.
I mean, I had sickles, but I also have darts.
Okay, where do you usually keep your darts?
I would probably keep them in my belt.
Okay,
Because
yeah.
I'm not actively throwing around,
Yeah,
but I want to keep them on me.
Then your belt and majority of, like, the things where normal people would keep their weapons or anything useful, they're currently piled up inside this, like, half-open chest. So yeah, you don't really have your gear.
I kind of look back at Lyuba. Give a little keep quiet. Shade, can you bring me our gear?
The Shade sort of looks at you and looks at the big heavy gear and goes like,
I only ask you to try.
and he sort of starts to slither out away from you. You know, while he's doing that, Lyuba is like looking at that weird Shade and looking at Trowel and looking at Sildanna and goes like,
Okay, I don't know what's going on, but I do not think it is good.
Don't worry about it.
Okay, well, I'll just sit down a little bit, maybe take a nap. I mean, I know you shouldn't sleep with concussion, but...
And then at some point, I need the hag, like, you turn to the right and you notice the Shade is gone as the hag comes up towards you guys, and she's holding a big metal spoon, and she looks at Trowel, looks at Sildanna, being catatonic, looks at the two of you, and just says like,
What
why'd you stop singing?
Well, I didn't have an audience.
No, I'm listening. I mean, this one over here might be... I don't know what he's up to, but I was enjoying it, so why carry on? I mean, what use are you if you don't sing? I might as well just chop you up.
Well, my apologies. I shall resume post-haste.
Yeah,
And I start singing again.
And as she comes up to Charles, she, like, kicks him with her boot and says,
Oi, are you done? I'm starving. I need to have at least one of them.
and as she kicks him, he, like, shakes his head up and goes, God damn it, I was so close. Why'd you... Fuck. I've almost got it. Ow, that really hurts. And you can't eat them yet. I need them. She goes, for how long? He goes, at least 12 hours. She goes,
I'm sorry, what? 12 hours? For each?
He goes like, yes, at least. And if I want to be convincing, I need more time. She goes,
Well, that stew's going to shit.
It goes back to the pot, pulls it out, and literally goes outside through the back door.
I
and
guess it's a slow cook.
Yeah, through the mumbles like, motherfucker, and you hear like her splatter it out and come back and be like,
I'll be overcooked by then.
and puts it back in. Charles like rubs his forehead and looks back at Sildanna. Meanwhile, Sildanna, in your head.
Okay, how am I getting out of this?
In your head, you are being dragged to the torture room. And you're thrown onto the rack. You don't have the energy to fight. You have not eaten in days. They tie you up to the rack, and Bumblebee comes towards you with a small curved knife. A really tiny knife. But you know how much pain this knife can do. He gently moves it across your skin without breaking any skin and says, Are you going to be cooperative today? And his voice, you feel there's a magic effect on it. You do not know the true timbre of his voice. It is like a modified, voice changer, basically. A magical voice changer. As he slowly moves the knife around you, and he says, I need to know where the troops are stationed, how many there are, and what are their plans. Simple questions, simple answers, and the pain will stop.
I gave the same response I gave back then.
Absolutely nothing. You just stare at him. He says, he raises his head. You cannot tell what his facial expression is, but then he cracks his neck and says, I do like you. You are entertaining. So stubborn. I mean, I can do so many things to you. So many things. And the pain begins. Just as it was then. And it carries on. And you hope for death. But death does not come.
So, can I try to mentally break out of this?
I would say give me an extremely difficult wisdom saving.
Gabe, can I have...
DC
Babe, can you give me the power?
What?
I'm praying to the dice god.
Oh, okay. I was confused. I was like, what power?
Let's give you a bit of power, Danny. You get a little bit of power.
Okay, thank
DC
you.
is 20.
Well, that's gonna be tall. Well, at least my wisdom's high. So, we'll find out. Come on, baby. Oh, you didn't give me enough power.
No, I said a little bit.
So as you try to say, this isn't real, this isn't real, this isn't real. I'm not here, I'm in a cage with a hag, which is a bad situation, but better than this. This isn't real, this isn't real. And then the pain hits, and it's exactly as you felt it. Slightly different, like he's not using the same movements, and you don't remember every single one, but it feels too real to not be real. You can't stop. The pain is so blinding, and you try not to scream, and then it involuntarily comes out, and you hear him laugh as, well, to be honest, you don't even know if it is he. Bumblebee.
I don't even know who the fuck this is.
Bumblebee's Bumblebee. And you...
I just can't take the name seriously, I'm sorry.
Optimum Prime!
And Bumblebee keeps carving and carving and carving you into something new. Right, on that note, you failed this save, so you'll be out of this for a while. Unless something happens, you're out of this one for a while. Meanwhile, Baax, you are in a room, a locked room, with Trarel, and you are standing there looking at him. So this is all happening in different timelines, by the way. Slightly different timelines.
What are you doing?
Roll initiative, please.
Aye.
I'm just gonna roll the initiative on here.
Oh, hello.
Damn. Oh wait, hold on.
Oh, that's not it.
Oh, that.
No, that's just me rolling.
Okay, no, don't. I need to put the characters in. Okay, I will just put the. Okay, and then I will put you. You know, you're in the room. I didn't make the map for the room. I didn't expect you to fight him in this room. So I'll just.
How did I?
Just
He threw
reuse.
him in.
Just
You know-
reuse the inn. Just reuse
Yeah,
the inn.
I could reuse the inn. That would make sense. Okay, let me just hold on. I haven't used Founder for a little while. Okay.
You fool.
All right. Let me put characters on here. Give it a second.
Oh, you did have a
Okay.
battleground.
Yes, but it is like, you know, it's okay. I will put you into a room. It is not your bedroom, but it's close enough. And let me.
You have no idea the amount of power you've given me by giving me a locked room.
Wait, why do we have the pink tiefling zombie in the inn?
I don't know why it's just doing this
Hey,
weird
yo.
thing. Give me a second.
Hey,
I
yo.
don't know why she was here.
New menu?
New menu. Who dis?
I knew they
Okay.
were gonna be-
Can you guys see the whole place? Okay. Let me switch
No.
into combat. Okay.
Yes.
I'm in the tavern.
I don't even have a token on the map, so I don't see jack shit.
Wait. Okay. I will. So you can observe. I will put you in near the windows, looking in while I go into. Ooh, hold on. Pardon, 1 second. I did not expect this, as you can tell. So give me a 1 minute, please.
Can you
set
just
this
put
up.
us on a cupboard or something?
I mean, you can't. Can you not see from here, or?
I mean, partially.
I mean, yeah, not the full room, really.
Okay. Well, you'll be on the cupboard here, but you can't move. Okay.
Yeah,
Okie
that's
dokie.
fine.
There you go.
We're on top of the cupboard.
Hey.
We were there the whole time.
Okay. Right. So I will put the.
How shall this paddle go down? I'm just waiting for you to just stab him, and then his mom walks in. And it's like, you've killed my son.
Okay.
That's a lot more.
Guys, I'm gonna make you invisible so that you don't disturb people.
But then we don't see it. No.
No, you're supposed to. I mean, I haven't put it
No,
up
we don't
yet,
see.
but you're fine. You're fine. Just give it a second. You'll be alright. Oh.
You're not going to see. You're going to
Let
see.
me see.
No.
Let me see.
I'm switching in a sec. Sorry, I'm setting up the scene. Give me 1 second.
You have exactly 2.
There we go. I've transitioned. So we're like this. You should be able to see things, but you're hidden, so you're not on the map. There we go. Okay, great. This is a mock room. Of course, Trial's room is much bigger, much fancier. But the two of you are in combat right now. So, please roll your initiative.
What initiative?
Cool. Alright, so, the creature, or Charles, sort of, as he tried to get you, you managed to dodge out of the way. So he, comes up to you and says, "You're gonna make it difficult, aren't you?
You had a
think it's-
difficult one.
Well, it's in your best interest to come with me before I really hurt you." And he lunges at you to try to punch you. You're 1v1ing this again. Let's go, baby.
Oh boy, I bet this will be super successful. Like it was last time.
Yep. I mean, all you have to do is just, what is it? Hog time again. Does a 14 hit you?
Yes.
Is that with the new DC that you got from that feat as well?
Yeah, I got 13. No, before I was 10.
Okay, as he hits you, you take 7 bludgeoning damage as he, like, punches you in the stomach and, like, wins you. Yeah, so you, like, you cough, and as he hits you, he's like, wait, you're being a bit weird. You're much tougher to hit than before. And I believe that is his turn. It is now your turn.
Alright, well, are we also approximately this close to the door?
I'd say the room is bigger, but yeah, for shits and giggles, let's say yes.
Alright, well, I pop darkness down.
You just gotta put darkness in the room. Oh yeah, because you can just look through the room.
Okay, so you pop darkness.
Yeah, that's what I said. Locked room, bro, I'm gonna cover the door and I'm gonna cover everything in here. He cannot do shit now.
So, darkness, I believe, dark vision, can you see through magical darkness, I believe, right?
Yes, because of my eyes, I can also see through magical darkness, while he cannot.
That, let me check if he can. He cannot.
Oh. Unless he has devil's eyes, I presume not.
Okay, a regular dark vision doesn't help with magical darkness. Okay, okay, you pop darkness down. Does he need to do a saving throw or anything?
No, it's just...
He just can't see shit.
He just
Okay,
can't see shit.
and he goes like, what the hell? I believe you still have a bonus action and a movement left. What do you do?
I like to imagine he just sees his glowing eyes like through the
you
darkness.
paused the game, I can't move.
Oh, sorry. Apologies.
I will just move
Okay,
down.
as you move out, he's gonna try to swing at you because he was right in contact with you, and it's with a disadvantage, I believe. So he's still gonna do that. See if he can hit you. Does a 15 hit? Oh wait, yeah. Does a 15 hit?
Yeah, so 13.
Okay. You take 5 bludgeoning damage. As you sort of move away from him, and he manages to like clock you in the jaw as you step away. He seems to be swinging wildly, but yeah. You moved. You can carry on moving if you like.
Yeah, I will be moving. Not on the door, sorry. I'll just be moving on here.
Okay, so you move up to the wall. I mean, the furniture isn't the same. There is a fireplace, but instead of like a bath, there's a bookshelf. So you're standing near the bookshelf right now.
I mean, the point is, I'm just kind of being near the edges of my darkness, but not like... So he still have to like fumble around in the dark.
Is this your turn then?
Let's see.
Wait, do you need to concentrate to keep the darkness on?
I do, yes.
Actually, yes, he does.
Give me a concentration check. So give me a Constitution saving throw, and you need to beat 10 because.
Constitution. Oh my god.
Oh boy.
It's a saving throw, right? Constitution saving throw.
Yes, that's a saving throw.
Just please, don't fuck me over here.
Fuck him over. Did you get fucked over?
I hate this game. Yeah.
Boy.
So as he manages to clock you in the jaw, your eyes
You should have disengaged.
So as you
Oh yeah, with the action I didn't have.
No, yeah.
Yeah, as you're casting darkness, it like starts pooling out of your eyes, and like your blue eyes are glowing, and there's like smoke coming out and covering this whole room. And as you're about to walk away, you get clocked, and you, for a second, close your eyes, and as you open it, the darkness, like the shadows, start to dissipate a little. And unfortunately, the darkness is gone. I'm sorry.
Bullshit happening.
I'm sorry, my guy. It was a good idea. Very good idea. You know what? It was such a good idea. I'm gonna give you some extra XP for it. You know, because I'll be nice. But it did work. 1 second. Yes, I will actually.
You just do it again.
Nah, ain't worth that.
Okay.
God, it was a really good idea.
It was a very good idea. So I will let you have it. Alrighty.
It's all because you wouldn't repent to Gabe.
Okay, now it is
Never.
it is this guy's turn who like shakes his head off and goes like, Right, I'm getting really sick and tired of all of these little tricks you people seem to have. And he just walks aggressively towards you as you're
Casually
standing
strolls
there.
up.
Yeah, casually strolls up to you as you're like reeling from being clocked near the wall, and he tries to like grab you by the neck and tries to like choke you out.
Tries to grab me.
Yeah, it will be a yeah, fuck it, let's do it. It'll be a strength. Yeah, it'll be a grapple. He's gonna try to grapple you.
Grappling.
Attributes, just a strength. It'll be athletics. No. Yeah.
It's a contested one, right?
Yes, so I need you to either give me acrobatics or athletics.
Doesn't matter, so I'll just use athletics. Well, 6. Can I restart this day? Can I just can I go back?
Did you
Baax.
just go get your real dice?
I even leveled you up, my guy.
Yeah, but the thing is,
Dice.
shit's gay. I just can't get my
You
roll.
were-
Just repent. Just repent.
You are lucky because, I mean, I at first rolled a 9 and I thought he's gonna roll higher than this, but he rolled a 6. So he like grabs you by the neck and pulls you up above the ground a little, so your feet start to waddle. You start to feel like the little shadows of unconsciousness start to climb to you as you are now being grappled by your neck. You're not taking any damage, but I would say if you don't break the grapple in 3 turns, you will go unconscious because he will just choke you
Repent.
out. I believe that is his action, so it is now your action. You may now attempt to break the grapple. Because you cannot speak, because your throat is...
You can also attack him. Well, no, you can't speak yet.
Yeah, you can't speak. I mean, you can try to hit him if you like. You can do whatever you like, but you can't cast spells because you can't speak. Unless you can do something that you don't need to speak for.
Better be looking for that non-verbal.
Well, I guess it is a athletics again, trying to get out.
Yeah, you're trying to break his hold on you, basically. It's a contested one, yeah? You're trying to do a contested one? Okay.
Yes. Please, just fucking help me. Thank you.
Okay, is it the same for the one who's grappling? Is it just strength, then?
Are you asking me?
Yeah, I'm just double checking. The one who's grappling, he cannot defend
He has
the grapple.
he has to do athletics, contested
Okay.
to their athletics or acrobatics.
All right, as you're like, you do like a hand bar, and you manage to like hit him in like a funny bone, and he like, he struggles a little, and he breaks the grip on your neck as you collapse, and like you land on your feet, wheezing, and your throat is a little bit like, it hurts. Like you're gonna struggle speaking, but you can speak now if you want. You now have a bonus action and a movement left.
Well, doesn't make sense to move, because if I move, he'll just get an opportunity attack.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I won't. Just skip the round, because I literally can do nothing.
Okay. He rubs his arm and says like, "Damn it! Oh, this is really fucking annoying me." And he is going to try to just kick you in the stomach again to knock you out. That seems to work better than trying to grapple you.
Come on, come on.
Does an 8 hit?
No.
No.
So he manages to, he tries to hit you, and you manage to duck, and his fist hits the bookshelf, and as it hits it, it like creates a crack in the wood, and some of the books topple over to the left of you, but you are unharmed. It is now your turn, my guy.
Well, darkness won't work, seemingly, so I will do...
You gotta try it again.
I'm gonna do hold person.
You're gonna do hold person.
Bruh, I would rather do darkness again
Go
instead
ahead.
of hold person.
Give me hold person. He needs to do a saving throw, doesn't he?
Yes, wisdom 15. Oh, well, I don't know, actually.
Yeah, cast it so I can roll it.
How many spell slots do you have?
Oh, yeah,
Two.
right.
Two.
Yeah.
2. Oh.
Alright, let's go.
Didn't give the fuck. There we go.
That is an 8.
So
That
he
is-
is successfully held.
Okay, so he's paralyzed for the duration. So basically, he can't move or speak. Automatically fails strength and dex saving throws. Attack rolls have advantage. Any attack that hits is a critical hit if the attacker is within 5 feet of the creature. So how do you cast Hold Person?
Essentially, like as I get down and he tries to kick, I'll kind of like push it away and then like push up my hand and like stop him with the whole person.
So as you're on the ground, like in a position of lack of power, as you know the trial might think, as he raises his foot to try to like stomp you, you raise your arm and you cast Hold Person and you like grab him like this, like, and he suddenly freezes in like mid move, and his eyes start darting and he looks at you confused. He is now successfully held. I guess I don't know how long does it last.
A minute.
Okay, I'll keep the track of the turns. So I'd say, I believe, is that all you wish to do? You still have a bonus action and a movement.
Let me see.
Scratch him. Scratch him.
He's trying to make another spit. Yeah, well, it can still make another saving throw. So, but is there any ropes around the room? Anything at all like that?
Why would Trarl have ropes in his room?
Don't
man?
fucking worry about
He's
it.
not kinky like that, okay?
Listen, boy.
As you look around the room, you see, like, you're familiar with this room, and you are 100% sure, unless Trarl has completely changed in the last few days you've met him, he does not own any ropes in this room.
Well, we coping. I will just move through over here, or as far away as I can, and let me see. Don't really have anything beyond that. So, I will simply await my turn because I can do nothing.
Okay, so you're awaiting your turn. It is now turn of Trarl, and I believe he starts it at the end of his turn. He can make another one, right?
Yep.
Did he
Nope.
succeed? Nope. Oh.
Nope. It is now your turn, Baax. So it's 6 rounds he's paralyzed for, right? Because it's 6 seconds per round, right? Yeah. So.
Yep.
Um,
I will Eldritch Blast the punk.
does he do it after taking damage or no?
No.
Okay, cool. All right, go ahead. Give me an attack with advantage, because advantage. I think attacks hit him with advantage, I believe. Yes. Paralyzed. Where is it? Yes.
16.
16. Does it hit him? Yes, it does.
Okay. Ooh.
Give me your damage. Give me your damage.
8.
Ooh,
Ooh,
that's
nice. He takes 8 damage.
Take out your Wolverine claws.
And
It's
as you
like
as
a 1d4, I'm not doing that.
as you hit the Eldritch Blast and it hits him, you can see the pain go through him, but he's still held still. Is that your turn? You still have a bonus action and a movement.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna, as long as I'm like as far away as I can be, like right now it's not illusion, but like as far away as I can be the other side of the room. I'm not I'm not sure how long that is. How far is that?
I'd say
You said this room was bigger than this?
It's about twice the size of this, so I'd say if this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, if this is about 25 feet, his room is like 50 by 50.
Okay, well, essentially, since he's on the corner in one, I'll be moving like 50 the other way, so I'll just essentially be like 50 away from him.
Okay, so you're at the other end of the room, so you're like 50 to 60 feet away from him. Cool.
Yeah, basically making sure that if he gets up, he has to dash to get to me.
Cool.
And that'll be the end of my turn.
Okay, at the end of his turn, he has to do it again. And now he saves. So as you step away, he finally like breaks it open and like.
No, wait. Silvery barbs.
No, you cast 2 spells. Silver Barbs is a spell. You don't have any more spell
Silvery
slots.
barbs is a reaction.
Yes, but you don't have any more
Add
spell
a
slots.
thing that is a feat. It's not one of my spell slots.
Is it
No, I have it one time, and it's a one-use thing from my wizard feat.
Oh, okay. I'll take that.
Wizard
okay.
feat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You mean the feat that gives you wizard spells? Because if that's the case, then it counts as a normal spell.
No, it says it's a single use, it's a reaction, and it's a completely separate thing.
You can
Is it
cast
a
it
spell,
at a,
yes
you
or
can
no?
cast it at a lowest level once per long rest.
Yeah, like, is this considered a spell? Yes or no?
Yes.
Then no, you can't.
Yes, I can, because the other one was a cantrip.
I mean, if it's a cantrip, then yeah, sure. But if you cast any other spell, then no.
Yeah, it was a oh, you mean
Eldritch
about the
Blast
spells?
was
Yeah,
a
yeah,
cantrip.
yeah. I meant more like you used your 2 spell slots, and that's what I was like. But no, if it's a reaction, yeah, you're correct. Okay, so you hit him with silvery barbs. He has to. What is he? Roll again?
And I give myself advantage, of course.
All right.
I already had it, but fails. That one.
Not that one, but he fails. He's still paralyzed. That's round 3. You got 3 more rounds before the spell is run out.
3 more rounds. What the?
Cause a minute. It lasts a minute, and every.
6 seconds.
Oh no, sorry, 10 rounds. 10 rounds. Apologies.
I was like, damn.
Right. They go by fast if it's just the 2 of you. All right, Baax, it is your turn now.
Eldritch Blast.
Go ahead.
Shotgunning him while you're like in this room
Oh
with
shit,
him.
that was without. Oh well, I'm just gonna roll anyway again because it does not include. Yeah, okay. 25.
That
Shoot,
hits.
that hit.
Yeah, that hits. Go ahead. How much damage does he take?
4.
Enough.
Okay, 4 damage. He seems to be annoyed by your little bisques of plasma. Is that all you do? Anything else?
No, that's not what I'm doing.
Okay. Okay, so round 6 is this is his 4th time. Okay, saving. Okay, just making sure I know. Okay, he's gonna try to do it at the end of his turn.
No success?
What do you do, Baax?
What
Do it.
happened?
He rolled really bad again. So you
Okay,
go ahead.
6.
That hits. Do your damage.
Riveting gameplay. 8.
A riveting gameplay.
You're just whittling away at him, man. Okay. Do you do anything else?
No. That'd be that round. There you go.
Okay. All right. He does it again. Jesus Christ. This is very riveting gameplay. Please save. Finally, he saves. And at the end of his turn, as he like steps down, you can see there's little like his skin shimmers as you know from where you hit him, and there's little like electric, like it's not electric shocked, but the skin ripples, and he like puts a hand down to it and says, "God, you know you can be so annoying."
You're looking prettier now.
He gives
Should
you a
be wearing
glare.
that skin all the time.
It is your turn now. What do you do?
Blast.
I started blasting.
Go ahead.
This time. I suppose I no longer have the
Advantage, no.
advantage. But I still get the 20.
That still
30,
hits.
20.
Now give me damage.
6.
Nice.
Oh,
Slowly but surely, my guy. Is that your turn?
Yes.
Okay. As we said before, you're 50 feet away from him. So he's gonna use all of his movement and his action to move up close to you, but he can do so. And he's just like coming up to you and says like, "Can you just stop struggling? I'm not trying to kill you, you ass."
well, I am.
And
Does he look bloodied in the slightest?
he looks uncomfortable. The skin is now rippling, but there's no blood anywhere.
Well, to that statement, I say, shocking grasp.
Okay.
Is he wearing metal?
Yeah, is he wearing metal?
He seems to be wearing the same clothes Trowel is. They seem to be
Okay.
like fancy clothes.
But still, if I hit, he can't take reactions, then I can run away.
Yes.
So we'll see.
Oh, that's a useful spell. Did not know that that's the thing it does. Go ahead, try to hit him.
17.
Does hit. Give me your damage. And he can't take reactions, right?
Nope.
Cool.
7.
Damn, my
Oh,
guy,
gosh.
you're doing well. What is happening here? It was going badly. Now it's going pretty well.
Gabe has gotten tired of his impudence, and he's gonna
So-
make it worse.
Yeah,
I just want this to end.
as you do the shocking grasp, he like fizzes up, and you can see the skin ripple like proper. And as you're looking, you can see like small patches of something gray come up, but then come back as the skin like re-knits itself. It's really disturbing. But yes, I believe you now have a bonus action and a movement left. Okay, you move 30 feet away from him. Cool.
Yeah.
He cannot take reactions, so off you go. It is now his
Behind the bed.
turn.
I'm hiding behind it.
Yeah, he like grabs his shoulder, turns towards you, and his eyes are now blazing with like you've never seen Trowel angry. You've never seen Trowel like aggressive and bloodthirsty. It's a weird look on him.
I yelled back, surrender!
Baax and this dude in a locked room, just running around furniture. Oh my god. Okay, as
You cannot defeat me.
he's like,
Cannot defeat me! Surrender!
yeah, that's not an option. As he closes in with you, because you're only 30 feet away from him, and tries to hit you, like a normal creature would. You would try to
Fucking
hit you.
Superman punches you and he knocks you out.
Let's go.
Please. Does it
That
hit?
hits.
Oh no.
Takes 6 bludgeoning damage.
Only 6?
He's just
Well, I
punching
mean,
him.
you don't have a lot of health, that's right. Oof.
Oh wait, did I have? Well, that's weird. Oh well.
Yeah, just 6. Give me. Cool. And it is now his turn. It is now your turn, my dude.
Right, well, I'm gonna use my new feat.
Scream and run like a coward.
I mean, you are right. It has to do with me reeing. Because it'll be Dragon Fear.
Ooh, yeah. Okay.
He's immune to fear. Fuck
He does a wisdom saving
It's
throw DC
against
15,
me.
right?
Ree. It's a
Okay.
DC 15 again.
Okay, let me try that.
How big is it? Like, are you screaming when you do this?
It is
Oh.
technically. Let me see. It's a use of my breath weapon trait to roar. So yes, I am roaring.
How loudly do you roar? And
I
follow up, do people
know.
hear it?
We'll see.
People like hear a roar, walk into the room and just see like Trail passed out on the bed and you're over it. They're like, oh, never mind, close the door.
Okay, it's a saving throw, right? Or be frightened of you. Nah. He good.
You're not
good.
scary.
So as you open your mouth to breathe your breath, at some point you suddenly, instead of breath, like a proper dragon roar comes out of your mouth, and it like you can see the hair on Trowel's face like sweep back, yeah, from the impact, and some of the candles in the books fall over. And at this point, it suddenly goes quiet after this, and Trowel just looks at you with this like, the fuck? But then you hear like, what was that? Is something going on in your master's room? And Trowel immediately looks to the left, behind the door. So you have, made some noise. The servants are aware of this. Do you do anything else in your turn?
I'm gonna say because if I move, I get slapped. So no.
Okay. He looks at the door, looks at you, and says, fuck, and tries to grapple you again. You can only attempt to grapple with strength, right? You cannot grapple with dexterity, I reckon.
Nope.
Ah, damn it. Well, oh well. He's gonna still try to do it, because he doesn't have time to knock you out. Okay, give me a dexterity or a strength saving throw, please.
Dexterity or safe. Okay. I will do a strength saving throw.
Say these nuts.
16.
As he's about to grab at you, you manage to duck underneath his arm and like you punch it away, and like your scales make the impact pretty strong as he like defends, and you do like a side barrel roll. You're impressed by your limber ability, and you're like, shit, man, I can actually hold my own against this dude. I'd say you now like shifted to here. You're still within his attack range, but you've shifted out of the way. Okay, and he just seems irritated at you right now. It is your turn now, my dude.
Shocking grasp.
Oh my god, okay, go ahead.
Do it. Do
I'm
it.
sorry, man. I need to get out of here. Oh.
Aw.
Yeah.
That's
Nah,
it.
that does not hit, my dude. That is pretty low.
From this moment on, it's just downhill.
It's all downhill from here. I did good for a little while, but that was it.
Okay.
Yeah.
you have
And
anything
I
else?
will not move. No. It's not
Okay, he is gonna say, right, you're a slippery one. Guess I'm gonna have to knock you out. And
Please do not.
at the time when he's about to punch you, you hear pounding at the door and saying, "Hello, young master? Is somebody in there? You all right? Why is this locked?" So
Help me!
yeah,
Do
you
I have
hear-
like a second to call?
Get out of my room!
I'd say,
Free action.
I'd
Speaking
say,
of free action.
yeah, I'd say it's a free action. You can.
Alright. I will say call Master Belloir.
So you yell, "Call Master Belloir!" as his punch is coming down at you. So we'll see if he shuts you up. To be fair.
I too would like Match to shut up. You're welcome.
Oh, 13 meets it, beats it though. So he, as you say, "Call Master Belloir!" you get clocked in your face, and you take 5 bludgeoning damage.
Damn.
Are you down?
Live, motherfuckers.
Oh, you live.
I have free health.
Okay, and it is now your turn.
Shocking grasp.
Right. Well, there's one thing that I can do to deter him for a little round or two without getting punched in the face. And it'll be another wisdom saving throw for the motherfucker. Fey presence.
Okay, you're just using all of your fucking features, aren't you?
You might as well. He's gonna die.
Okay. As you're trying to, are you trying to charm or scare him? What are you trying to do?
Charm.
Okay, you're trying to charm him. All right, let's go. Let's do this. Give me that DC saving throw.
Why would you not try to scare him, actually?
Okay, please explain to me how you're charming him.
Wow, you got a pretty big dick.
That's cock, bro.
Damn, son, you package. No,
Yeah.
sorry.
Is that a sausage in your pants?
Or he's just happy to see me.
Anyway, I essentially just say enough, and it like behind me, there'll be this hooded figure, basically like quickly, like an image quickly of like a glimmer, basically showing him like a body, and basically going like a whisper to almost towards him, going.
Time to snooze.
Oh, I did not hear that. Can you say that again?
It's kind of going like relax,
It says,
and like kind of like
"Relax, bro.
we're
good.
Relax, man.
Chill, man."
Just
I-
feel the waves, man.
I would like to petition that whoever his master is a surfer dude.
It's a surfer dude.
It just goes parlay, paprika, like Jenna.
Oh god. Okay. As he says that, Trial like suddenly stops and looks at you and goes like, "Oh, man, listen, I genuinely hate to do this. I don't want to do this. I'm also being forced to do this. Do you think I enjoy this shit? This is a horrible gig. But I can't. I have to take you with me. I'm sorry. Can you just come with me? I don't want to hurt you, man.
By whom? Maybe I can help you.
Fuck. You probably can. And then you hear like, "Master, just wait. We're gonna open the door." And he goes like, "But please, not here. Just come with me." And he like rushes to the window, opens it up, and sees a tree nearby and says,
Wait.
We can go down.
Wait, let's talk here.
I mean, and he looks at the door as it's being like, "Shit, the key doesn't work. He's supposed to have broken it."
Believe me.
All right, okay. Okay, it's fine.
You're lying through your teeth so bad.
Give me a persuasion check for this one. Like, she's charmed, but he thinks you're a friend, but he's not a fucking idiot.
Alright.
I believe that's what charmed is, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Because he's charmed, do I get advantage on the roll? Persuasion?
Yes. To interact socially with the creature, you do.
24.
24. As you say, believe me. Trial suddenly stops and goes, oh,
I believe you with all my heart.
and he like walks over to the bed and just like slumps into it and puts his head into his hands. How long does this last?
It lasts round. It's like 6 seconds. But it's essentially it will. I'm sorry. It lasts until the end of his next round. I believe.
Okay.
Let me actually read it.
Actually, I need you
becomes
to.
charmed until the end of your next turn.
Okay. Right now, I need you to give me a very important persuasion roll.
Reverse inspiration.
Oh shit, you do have 2 of those.
Matt, of all the times, do not do this to me right now.
Reverse inspiration, bitch. With disadvantage. I'm gonna give you a DC, and I'm gonna tell you what it is. It's not gonna be in my head to make it fair. This has been an extremely long fight for this poor dude. You've charmed him twice at this point. He's failed. He's been abused. He's been hogtied. He's been treated like a piece of trash. He's just tired of this shit. This is the only reason why I'm giving you this chance. The DC is gonna be 18. With a disadvantage. If you give me a persuasion roll that beats it, and also I do this by the rules of meets it, beats it. So if you roll 18 or above, this guy is just gonna give up.
Hey, Matt, you want to repent?
Repent. Repent. Repent.
I don't believe in no deity.
Repent.
That you have sealed your fate.
Damn.
Oh my god.
Roll it.
Oh, one of them would have.
One of them would have.
Sadly.
A 12 is not an 18. As you say that, he sits there, and you can hear the people fumbling with the door. And as
you said he has disadvantage and reverse inspiration. Doesn't that mean he needs to roll third time to see if he nat
No. He has disadvantage because of reverse inspiration.
Ah.
Yeah, fuck you.
So yeah, I basically you now have one more reverse inspiration left that I will use at some point.
Can't believe this. I would even have gotten him if you fucking hadn't put that on.
That's true. But hey, it was true. I gave you reverse inspiration, and it's the thing I do in here. So beware of the DM. Do not fuck with me. I will give you reverse inspiration. I have the power, and I can also give you inspiration for amazing things as well. So. Keep an eye out. Anyway, as he sits down on the bed, puts his head in his hands, the door, like, somebody's fumbling with the key, and the door opens. It is now unlocked. There are a bunch of footmen and the butler looking in.
Up.
What? Yeah, they see.
Yeah.
They see Trial sitting down with his face down on the bed, and you're standing next to him, kind of winded, holding your side and putting your hand placatingly down as you look at them. And then Trial raises his hand and looks at them, and they look at the two of you and say, "Are you all right, young master? What happened?" And they look at the broken bookcase and like a bunch of like, so it's like, "You two having a fight? I don't think His Eminence would like that."
Can you bring Master Belloir?
Right, yes. Jenny, can you go get Master Belloir? And she goes like, "He's in the middle of the party right now." It's like, "Jenny!" She goes, "Right, okay." And a maid sort of scurries over, as the rest of them is like, "Can we be of assistance?" And Trial raises his hand and says, "No, it's fine. It's just a spat between friends. You can go. It's alright."
No, you can stay in here for a little while.
The staff look at Master Charles, then look at you, look at Charles, look at you. Charles says, "You are dismissed. Father needs you at the party. It's all right." And the two of them.
His father, Mr. Belloir, will agree with me if you stay here. I promise you that.
Okay. The staff are confused. The only reason they've been listening to you because you've been here often enough, they know who you are. But you're not their master, so I need you to give me a DC. Let's say 17 persuasion roll to override. Actually, no. You know what? Change it. The DC still 18 persuasion roll to override the.
Actual master.
Yes, please.
Well, I don't override the actual master. I say the master above the master saying.
Even so, like you're giving completely different commands to them, and they're now deciding in the heat of the moment who to talk to. So, or who to listen.
All right. Fine. Persuasion DC 18.
Gimme.
Just straight, yes.
Yep.
You know. Okay.
No disadvantage.
Oh! Fuck yes! 23.
As you say this, the butler is like, "You seem injured, sir. I think it's best if I stay." And he comes towards Trarl, and basically Trarl is sitting there and be like, "You would disobey my orders? Who do you think you are?" And the footman is like really confused as he says this. Immediately stands up and is like, "I'm sorry, sir, but your safety's paramount." While like a butler's trying to write the bookcase. So there's people in here with you. You're not alone. Some of them come to you and see you holding your signs like, "Are you alright? Do you need any assistance?" And
If you got something to heal me, I'd be more than happy.
Please, like a potion, please, right now.
They go like, "Oh, well, they look over some of the bruises and say, my, this was a pretty serious fight. And they look at their master really confused, like, right, we will call the medic. It's just the party's going on right now and everybody else is busy with the festival, but if you would like to sit down, I'll get you a cup of tea." You know,
I think I'll just stand a little bit.
so, yeah, they flock over you, and Terrarl is, like, waving away the footman who's trying to, like, you know, look him over and says, "Just get out of my way." And he sits down, like, his head in his hand. As the rest of the staff, a little bit of time passes. Terrarl doesn't seem to get up and run anywhere. And eventually the Duke shows up and says, "Right, what's this about? I heard you two had a spat. Oh, dear God. Were you redecorating?"
Now that you're here, and I point towards him.
He goes like, it takes a little
Remember
second, then goes, "Oh, right. Right, everybody. I believe my children, I would like to speak to my son and his friend." Did I just say my children? Oh, that's a weird Freudian slip there. Anyway, I will mediate. Do not worry. Just wait outside the door. And the staff are like, "Sir, just wait outside the door." And they go, "Yes, my lord." And, you know, skirt her out. You are now the three of you in the room. Trial's still sitting there, and at this point, after the staff leave, he just sits back and looks at the two of you and says, "Fuck's sake. God, I hate this gig." And
Now,
it's
you
just
said
staring
you
at the two
hated
of
it. You said you hated it. Who makes you do this?
He, like, shifts his limbs loosely and looks at the two of you. He's like, "I'm not telling you anything. You can't do shit to me. Because you know what?" And he looks at Belloir and says, "If your son is alive, I'm the only way you can find him." And at this point, we're gonna get out of this situation.
Ah,
The dad replies, "False," and conjures like fucking mind rape.
Too bad, motherfucker.
Too bad,
get
bitch.
fucked.
Get
Pulls up
fucked.
scrolls. Bro, I'm rich. I got
I've got
measures.
money.
I have
Money.
money.
I'm the
Do you
medieval
know what
fucking
the
Batman. Don't mess with me right now.
Do you know what the greatest power of all is? Money.
Money.
Anyway.
Okay, so, meanwhile, Sildanna, you're still in your torturous
Yeah,
state.
catatonic.
Still
Can I try
catatonic.
to get again?
I'd say give it a second. You can do it at the end of this thing. So,
Okay.
Ferverand, you've been seeing Trarl. Because this happened a little bit behind. You've seen Trarl stand up and shake his shoulders out and say, "Right, I think I've gotten enough information from this one." And he puts his chin to Sildanna and says, "I need to go find the other one. He might start trouble. I think it's best if I show back." And the hag is like,
What, you're gonna leave all of these tasty little morsels with me alone? Whatever shall I do?
and he looks at us like, "Don't fucking eat them. I
Probably
need them
join us in song.
for minimum of 24 hours, and I barely had any time with this one. I just
Quick, annoy the hag.
I got enough info so I can find the fucking fourth one and bring him here. And you, after I'm done processing them, you can eat them all. Fuck's sake!
And he opens the door and storms out, and the hag's like, and the door slams back, and she goes like,
No appreciation for my efforts. The guy needs to get laid. Honestly, he's so stressed.
What a virgin.
and yeah, exactly right. Ugh, I like you. What's your name again? I've never asked.
I'm Ferverand. I am curious
Ferverand.
about one thing about your cooking. What spices are you using?
Ooh, well, now that you mention
Just realized you're actually in the best position to actually charm her.
Yeah. So as she's saying this, she basically, ooh, where is it? Oh, it's not coming up. No. Yes. As she starts explaining to you, she brings you, she shows you the table in front of her, which has a lot of like fancy scrolls and different letterings and like someone's eyeball, and she goes like,
Right, so I don't know if you've noticed my beautiful vegetable garden in the back, but a little secret to a good stew is when you sun roast a little bit of pumpkin, and then you sprinkle it in like powder. Gives it a little bit of like a pumpkin spice taste, if you know what I mean. It's quite good. I think I should patent that at some point. Maybe it will be used to, could start a business.
Do you always cook your meat in soups?
No, I do a roast once in a while when I feel like it. And perfect thigh bone with a roast with some garlic and some onions. It looks amazing. I don't really fry the meat because, human meat is a bit too sweet and it sort of reminds me of bacon, but the bacon, if there's bacon, why have human bacon? But, so most of the time I take all the other tidbits that are not good enough for frying or roasting or sauteing and I put them into the soup. So, like, I would say fingers, palms, feet, all go in the soup. Naturally, I wash them ahead of time. I'm not a savage.
Obviously.
Cool.
Well,
I
I mean-
assume this conversation keeps going in this direction.
Yeah, I'm kind of like chatting with her as she's working.
Yeah.
And I'm goading Shade to slowly bring the equipment closer.
You know what? Can you give me a charm roll? Give me a persuasion roll with advantage, please. You're being extremely charming right now to this hag.
What? Just charisma or? Like,
Yeah, no, just give me persuasion. You're trying to charm her, so give me a persuasion roll with advantage, please.
With advantage. Ooh.
Yes, she genuinely enjoys your attention.
Oh, 13.
13.
13. She seems to be really adamant into the conversation. So when she starts going on and on, she tends to be distracted more and more. But she always comes back to you, and her eyesight comes back to you to talk to you, and to listen to your reply, to your opinions. She doesn't get close to the cage yet, but you're starting to feel like you're maybe getting her on your side a little bit. Lyuba is just looking at you strangely, but she's not stopping any of this. And she, like, comes close to Sildanna, and she places a hand on your shoulder, and she tries to shake you, which is when you'll do your wisdom save, but in a second. Okay, so you're trying to get
I'm gonna do what's called the pro gamer move.
Yeah,
You gonna
As,
fuck the hag?
as she's like talking about various things, every now and again, I'm going to sprinkle in the things that Bumblebee did as a comparison. Like when she goes like, "Oh, I usually take like the intestines and I like hang them up to dry." I'll be like, "Yeah, Bumble used to take them out every now and again back in whatever the place's name was, and like instead of making them to dry, he would just put them in like a bowl and leave them out for the animals."
And she goes like, yes, but it's, you can actually, I don't know this Bumblebee of yours, but he sounds like a good chap. But honestly, I feel like he wastes a lot of the meat with him.
Sildanna, you're not hearing any of this.
Nope.
At all. Lyuba is just like, she doesn't know what the fuck you're on about. But as you're doing this, please give me a stealth check for your shadow with advantage. Because it's a shadow.
Oh, baby.
And if you roll high enough, I will let you do a...
Oh.
I mean, that's a 23.
A 23. Sorry, I don't have the page up with me. Okay, 23. Oh, there we go. Okay, so you roll a 23. And you manage to, the shade is invisible. It manages to time itself when the hag isn't looking. And so now give me a sleight of hand check, just straight without disadvantage, to try to get your equipment to you.
Nat 20.
Nice.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Holy sh!
I am the dice god.
His dice god powers are going into the virtual world.
The fuck. Okay.
Imagine why you were rolling my physical ones. Oh fuck, Daddy, you remember that time when we did a 1-on-1 and I got like 3 nat 20s in a row on you?
Oh my god.
remember.
Oh my Jesus Christ.
I was
Okay.
horrified.
Fine. Whatever. Yes. The shadow, through no logic, manages to get the clunky equipment. So the only equipment on you is Luba's armor that it has been taken off, but all of her weapons are gone. So it cannot carry everything in one go because it's just impossible. No. So please tell me what priority to pick, because it looks back at you with like.
Okay. I would like the 3 healing potions I have.
Very badly, yes.
Actually, when you woke up, you guys technically have been sitting here for a while, so I would call it as a short rest, so you guys can actually roll your hit dice to heal up.
Okay. Still want those potions though.
Yeah. So, okay, you look at him and you do like 3, as you're talking, you do like 3 potion or something, and he like shakes his hands, and he goes, yeah, so Sildanna, please roll your health dice as much as you can. This is a short rest, so whatever you would get after a short rest, you get it back. He goes and grabs the 3 potions, and he has enough space, I'd say, for one more thing. What would you like to get? A weapon. You can get a weapon. Or an item, in the other hand.
Let's see here. Lyuba has a too large of a weapon to be snuck in.
But it is quite narrow, so we can go through. He can bring you back your weapon, if you like.
Irrelevant. My fists are equally deadly.
Oh.
My body is a weapon. Sildanna doesn't have any of her weapons, but she's also catatonic.
I mostly just use a bow as well. So long range, I don't know.
So if you want to see what's in the chest, I can help you out if you like. You know your equipment. I can tell you. Yeah. Sildanna can tell you what's on her, and I can tell you what's on Lyuba.
I would try to help out Lyuba. Like get the 3 potions.
Yeah,
and then
she's got a bunch of she's got a glaive, which is the big thing she's been fighting with. She's got 5 smaller like spear javelins. She has a shield that's in there. And yeah, these and a holy symbol is in there.
I give her the holy symbol.
Okay, so he grabs the holy symbol, and I'd say with these rolls, he manages to slither back in, and now she can cast cleric spells, and you have the 3 health potions. As she sees this coming, she grabs the holy symbol and places it on her chest, and then touches you and Sildanna, and looks at you and looks you deep in the eyes, and basically, yes, hold on. Let me just roll the dice for her as well. Sorry, carry on with your banter with the hag. I'll be right back.
Alright. So, like, you keep saying that the human flesh is sweet. So I'm curious, like, what other races' flesh is like? Like, is orc flesh more gamey, or is it, like, tough? But, like, mostly, if human flesh is sweet, I would say perhaps paired with a more bitter sauce to kind of, like, even it out.
That is actually quite a good idea. What would you recommend in this bitter sauce?
Well, there are some spices that can be pretty bitter. Like if you have asparagus, like that's moderately bitter. But if you, like, I would say maybe cut into a few fine pieces, boil it, and make a sauce of it, like an asparagus sauce. It doesn't sound like the best thing in the world, but paired with something sweet, and it might actually be pretty good. Then maybe add a little black pepper to it.
That's you guys very interesting.
You guys need to try like fucking garlic and soy sauce, frying it like asparagus like that. That shit's bomb.
Yum. Okay, as she looks back, as Lyuba looks at you, she places her hand at you and casts heroism, which basically makes you immune to being frightened, and you gain temporary hit points equal to her spellcasting ability modifier at the end of each of her turns. I will post it into chat. Wait, hold on. Okay.
Wait, it doesn't increment?
No, it gains temporary hit points equal to a spellcasting ability modifier at the start of each of its turn. So what is her spellcasting ability modifier? Hold on, I haven't used the spell quite a lot.
Usually wisdom if it's a cleric spell. Or
yeah, it's a cleric spell.
Then it's charisma.
Yeah, it's paladin charisma. So her wisdom save. Ooh. You gain 5 temporary hit points.
Nice.
And you are now immune to being frightened. You can give me now your wisdom saving throw with advantage.
Wisdom save with advantage.
Sildanna.
Me, yes.
Oh,
I'm
this is,
doing...
oh, I thought
No. She does it to Sildanna. She's trying to get her out of her catatonic state.
Oh, so I
I'm
don't
gonna
have
do it.
heroism.
No. She has
Okay,
heroism.
okay.
Holy shit. Okay, you...
There you go, Danny.
Yay.
Nice. Okay, that was an 18 and a 19. That was amazing. Okay,
I was
so
scared.
as your guts are, you hear the conversation about intestines, and you can feel Bumblebee like plunge his hands into your stomach and pull out your guts as you're screaming, and then immediately put them back in, and then your body heals. And then, the wounds as if they haven't existed. And he looks at you and he's, you feel the glee behind the maddening eyes that you can see through the mask. And as this happens, the soft healing glow turns, bright, and the healing expands. And then you see the face of Lyuba holding you by the shoulder and, the glow coming from her and her holy symbol as she is, touching your shoulder, and this warmth and happiness and softness and the same energy of the divine lady that you usually feel in church hits you, and you wake up and you remember where you are. And
But are you single?
she looks at you and she says, "No, I have a boyfriend, but I love you too."
Ah.
I was half expecting it to be like he's picking up your intestines and it was like record scratch. Wait a minute, this isn't how it happened, and then you wake up. You're probably wondering how I got here.
Do you know that I've noticed that Lyuba literally, I think she saved each one of you at some point, and you always see her as, floating, or coming up from the water, or, the divine presence that kicks you from unconsciousness.
I've been fine every time.
Yeah, no, it's like Sildanna and Baax have
Me
been,
specifically, yeah.
Yeah, mostly Sildanna. She just brings you to life, I guess. Cool. And I would say, I think we played quite a long time. We will end it here, and I will explain the situations where we're at. So, obviously, the situation with Sildanna and Ferverand. You two, I'd say Ferverand is distracting the hag. The shadow can go back and forth and ferry shit towards you, because if it's small enough, you can hide it in the cage, because she seems to glance at you, Ferverand, but not really look at you in detail. She's just when you're talking to someone, you look at them, but you don't really notice. So if you're hiding something, I'll give you advantage on stealth. But we're gonna have to roleplay this next time about how long this is gonna take. But meanwhile,
This is probably gonna take a while.
Yeah, the story with Baax is happening a few hours later, because the doppelman, or the creature,
gangbanger.
Yeah, the creature that transformed into Trial manages to get out of where you guys are and make its way back to the mansion at around 4 p.m. So there's a few lure of hours before this happens. So we're still split, but we're getting closer to what's happening. There's some rolls here that I did not expect, though, that happened, man. Oh, your mic is muted, by the way.
Mike's muted.
I lived.
You lived.
Yeah,
unexpected.
You soloed this guy, and he had I'm not gonna lie, I'm gonna tell you how much health he has. He has 62 health. You managed to whittle him down quite low, and not die. You've done well for yourself.
Bro, I used everything.
Everything, literally.
Nothing.
Everything. He's rolled pretty badly, not gonna lie. So this is what happened.
Bro,
but
if
yeah, and
that
also
fucking darkness went through properly, he would have gotten fucked.
That's true.
Literally, locked in a room, he can't get out except jumping out of the fucking window, but then he'd lose the victim. He can't see me, I can just keep shooting him, regardless if he's out or in my darkness, and he can't see me.
I mean,
Cool.
he can try. He'll just get disadvantage.
Yeah, but in general, that would be pretty poorly for him.
I mean, grab a basket or something and just throw it into the darkness and he might hit you. A7!
Alright. I hope you guys enjoyed this session. I know you guys split the party. Fucking hell. And I've tried to give everybody a little bit of gameplay time. I know a lot of it was based on Baax because he was awake,
He's the chosen one.
I am technically the chosen one within this certain pantheon, but yes, I'm not the chosen one. Oh my god, I'll save the world. Fuck off.
I'm more making fun of that most of your characters have chosen one syndrome.
Really, no.
Okay, guys,
Yes, they
we're
are.
gonna have this
No.
argument off stream. A little bit. But for now,
Oh boy.
thank you guys for watching. Sorry about the chaos. It's really warm. I'm discombobulated and mid.
Yeah, I
chaotic.
imagine everybody else is. I'm fine though.
Oh my god. I've tried to make it as entertaining and as smooth as I can. It's gonna get there one day. Yes. I think there's no session next week, and the week after I would have moved. So
until then,
new digs.